Vanessa, come here. Okay, welcome everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on time. I know it's raining right out there. Yeah, so thank you for still coming in on time. So we're going to start our event today, and the theme for today is the safest stem cell technology in Singapore. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to start with James. Right, so James is actually kind of my upline. So I always hear, so he sounds to me like he's an accidental builder. You know, from like using for himself and then discovering this. And right now, in a year's time, he's on stage sharing with us on the history as well as the company of LifeWave. Warm round of applause for James.
Thank you, Alice. Well, you are in for a treat. In fact, this event will be the last for the year, yeah. And for those who did not come, you're going to miss this. Anyway, thank you. Good afternoon to you. It's a rainy day. In fact, today is also the first day of F1 Formula, yeah. But I'm so glad you are here, right? So how many of you first time hearing our LifeWave story? In fact, quite a number of you. Thank you for coming. A warm applause for all the new friends. Alright, I'm just going to take a few minutes, alright? For those who are already using LifeWave and you are not quite clear how it originated, it gives me the privilege to share a little bit about LifeWave and who's the person behind LifeWave. None other than David Smith. I call him the 3-in-1 simply because he's not only the CEO but the founder and inventor of LifeWave. So allow me to share very quickly a video before I continue. Right, so how did LifeWave first begin?
LifeWave. Today, this global force for good spans 100 countries with hundreds of thousands of delighted fans. With offices in the US, Ireland, and Taiwan, LifeWave has over 30,000 square feet of manufacturing space and supports customers in over 20 languages. With a solid commitment to research and continued exposure to the news media worldwide, the LifeWave brand is a recognized force in the health and wellness movement. World-class athletes in every sport use and endorse LifeWave technology as a means of achieving peak performance without the use of drugs or stimulants. Health advocates like Suzanne Summers and everyday people from all walks of life have found LifeWave vital to enjoying improved energy, better sleep, reduced pain, and more youthful vibrancy. Where did it all begin?
I remember when I was 8 years old, my parents took me down to the...
Right. Can I have the lights, please? So I'll be doing the continuation, yeah? Okay, right. Just so you know, LifeWave came about in the year 2002. But most of us, we always thought that it was 2004, yeah? You are not wrong. But basically, because in 2002, I'm trying to get this. Okay. Let's start with the mission first, alright? LifeWave's mission is, we are here to help people feel better, right? I hope you are. And look younger, I'm sure most of you are. And lead a more joyful life. You know, we have a rule here. Whoever phone is ringing, you have to be here singing a song for us. Yeah? Okay, so for those who do not carry mobile phones, you are excused. But for those who you have a mobile phone, can I request that you switch to silent mode, please? Alright. Okay, let's continue. LifeWave's mission is to help people feel better, look younger, and live more joyful life. We do this through wellness products that tap into the body's natural energy and resiliency, and through business opportunities that inspire personal and professional fulfillment. Quite a mouthful, yeah? Simply means as you continue to use our LifeWave patches, you will look younger. Not only that, you'll find fulfillment in what you are doing, especially sharing our patches to friends, one family at a time. So like I said, how did LifeWave begin? Sorry. Oh, okay, thanks, Bill. Let me try now. Okay, okay, right. Looks like good face. Okay. Right, most of us, we knew that LiveWave actually started in 2004, but 2 years back, actually David, he has a list of company, one of which is called the Advanced Applications Group. This is a company whereby David invent a lot of those rocket engines for military use as well as for commercial. And it is during this time that the commander of Navy SEALs actually invited David to be part of the scientists to work on the mini subs, right? And also when he did that, although he did help to invent a mini sub, but there's one problem that the Navy SEALs face, which is they could not tahan under the sea for 30 hours, right? As such, the commander said, "Hey, David, since you help us with the mini sub, could you also help me to allow my SEALs to perform better?" Right? Because they were formerly very highly dependent on caffeinated substances like kopi or tea or Milo, right? But they tak boleh tahan. So, what did David do? Eventually, in the year 2004, he took 3 years. 3 years, and he finally came out with the first invention, the patch, that is called Energy Enhancer. How many of you have used this patch before? Oh, I see Kiam, the first one. It's ridiculously good, right? For many, some of you or most of you may want to lose weight, yeah? This is a very good patch because it burns fat, right? Because it burns fat, you know what is the consequence, right? So, for the Navy SEALs, because of this invention, they no longer needed those caffeinated substances. And if it did so well, of course, the next group of people who desire to use this will be the professional athletes, right? So this is how David started with at the LiveWave, and officially in 2004, LiveWave was birthed, right? So continue. And because of this, you know, LiveWave is the only direct selling company that has been given this award, and it is an honorary award to none other than David Smith of LiveWave. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Can, okay, good. So let's look at the wordings, alright? It says, LiveWave founder, CEO David Smith received a very special award from the Military Order of the Purple Heart. Not the Red Heart. Anyway, this kind of award is not an ordinary award. Like I said, direct selling company LiveWave is the only company given this honorary award. Alright, it says this, David was presented with a statue of the Navy Corpsman attending to the wounded. It's quite obvious, yeah? If you look at the one lying down, obviously it's a wounded soldier, right? And which symbolizes help given to the suffering during crucial moments of need. So you see, David's passion is always for humanity, right? Although this passion was meant to help giving energy, so on, to the Navy SEALs, but ultimately his goal and his desire and his mission never changes. It's just trying to help people getting the greater fulfillment, even as they use our patches, right? Yeah. Then this is another Military Order of the Purple Heart awarded to David Smith. It's the same thing, all right? Should I go to? Yeah. Okay. So after the Energy Enhancer, why don't I go down? It's okay. Okay. So you know, when the Energy Enhancer works so well for the soldiers, but there's also another reason, simply because after all the trainings, strenuous training, right, the soldiers, they actually sustain a lot of injury, pain here and pain there. You know, I have a my wife's nephew is a commando, right, he always does the parachuting, right, and these people, although they look very fit, but they also sustain injury very quickly. The Navy SEALs, they are not spared, yeah? Okay. They are not spared. So with this, David also came out with the next patch, which is called the Ice Wave. Ice Wave is proven to relieve pain almost instantaneously. For those who have already used this, you can testify with me also how quickly the Ice Wave worked, yeah? And it was birthed in 2005. I can't see, sorry. And then at the same time also, because of the strenuous exercise, the SEALs Because of all this training, they were also unable to sleep. It's as if they were suffering from insomnia. At the same time, David also came out with this patch. It is called the Silent Nights. Okay, Silent Nights is. Sorry for all the interruptions. Are you okay?
Yes.
So far, so good, yeah? I hope. Okay, this also to keep all of us awake. Okay, I'm here. Okay, so we stopped at 2005, yeah? So Silent Nights is also very good because it's proven to help to with the sleep 66%. In Europe, actually this is considered as a medical device, yeah? Of course, you don't need it if you are not suffering from insomnia. But for those who are actually having trouble with sleep, you may want to consider using our Silent Night. So these Ice Wave and Silent Lights, they were birthed in 2005. Wow, this is fantastic. Huh? The following year, David came out with glutathione. Glutathione, I've done a little bit of research. There are many supplements in the market, all right, and they are quite expensive. In fact, I know of a doctor that actually do an IV jab for glutathione that costs about $400, right? Just like the price. And what the doctor don't tell you is 6 days after, immediately if you are on the glutathione drip, you'll feel very good, as though you are rejuvenated. But the whole thing is 6 days after, you go back to square one. Right, if you understand about our glutathione patch, it only costs how much per sleeve? It's only 70 US, and you can use it for 30 hours. Just imagine, the special thing about our glutathione patch is that if you use it for 24 hours, when I say 24 hours, right, I meant to be saying 12 hours you use and 12 hours you let your body rest. In 24 hours, if you're on glutathione patch, it will increase your master antioxidant by 300%. I repeat, yeah, it's 300%. So far, I think in the market, we don't have any competitor, right? We absolutely do not have, yeah? So this will be a good one for you to consider, because right now everybody is so afraid of hearing the what? C19 virus, right? We have friends don't even dare to shake hands with me, and everyone is wearing masks. There's nothing wrong wearing masks, but using this glutathione patch will actually increase your innate immunity, right? It also acts as a very powerful detoxifier. So that's glutathione for you. Carnosine, right? Carnosine is something that is very good for you who have not chicken heart, but you have a weak heart. You may want to consider carnosine because it is very good for your brain and it's also very good for your heart, right? Something that you may want to try, and I learned from Jing Long, anyone who suffers from acid reflux here, anyone has any discomfort with bloatedness, right? You can just use a carnosine patch, 6 fingers above your navel, it will do wonders for you, right? That is carnosine for you. Right, let's go on. Well, this is 2007, SP6 Complete was birthed. Right now, of course, you don't see the other supplements here. What you see now, if you are purchasing online, is only the patches. Many people think that using SP6 can help you to lose weight, but on the contrary. But what it actually does is actually it balances your hormones as well as stop you from wanting to eat char kway teow or biryani, you know. For instance, you know, after this talk, you want to eat biryani, you know. Then when you use SP6, you may be thinking, hey, wow, how come I don't have the urge or, you know, to eat nasi biryani? It is the work of the SP6, right? So I want to emphasize, it's not meant for weight loss, but it actually helps to stop craving and balance your hormones. So far, so good? So far, so good, everyone?
Yes.
Thank you. Right, this is a star. In fact, before X39, Aeon was the superstar, and it is still the superstar simply because if any one of you who suffers from pain, right, if you patch an Aeon, it really does wonders in just seconds. In my talk in Lavender office, in fact, I just came back from KL. While somebody videotaped for me, I was actually patching on a lady who has got triggered fingers, you know. If you know triggered fingers, it's just simply you just couldn't open your fingers and it's so hard, right? So I patched her with Aeon. Guess what happened? In just seconds, her 2 hands, the fingers, were so loose. And the audience all wow, you know. And this is the work of Aeon. Right? Aeon simply helps to reduce inflammation. You know, just imagine our 60 to 100 trillion cells, imagine they are all inflamed. What will happen is that you'll feel chronic pain, you feel very fatigued, and you just feel lousy, right? So Aeon will be the one that will bring down the inflammation of the cells, and then it will really help you feel very, very good. So this is Aeon, right, in 2011. I love this patch, it's called Alavida. First of all, because it's very cheap. If anyone who's been using a skincare product, I like to term this as, I like the way Jinlong mentioned, it's actually skin energization. We're not talking about simply nutrients or skin food, but using the Alavida patches as well as the day and night cream, it does energize your skin cells. Incredible. How many of you here are using skincare product? Can I have a show of your hands? Thank you for your honesty. In fact, I'm 55 years old. I hardly use it. But I have also never seen anyone who challenge. By the way, how many of you do eat your skincare product? Can I have a show of hands? Alice is the one who says no. Right? You know, Jinlong, I don't know whether he's trying to pull a fast one. Every time when he talks about Alavida, right, he'll say, okay, whoever eats your Alavida cream, he's the only one. Oh, no, sorry. Whoever eats your skincare product, right? Jinlong is the only one who will always show us, okay, take the pump and kiss. And I think it is very, very nice. Tastes like plum, yeah? To me, it tastes like sour plum. We can try it, you know. So for you to try, you have to buy the Alavida Regenerating Gel, yeah? Why I love this is because I'm very naughty, okay? Because I don't have the habit of using the cream, I like to have a tank look, so I only use the night cream. I don't use the day cream, right? But what I love most is also the patch. The patch actually elevates this peptide called the epithylamine. Sounds a little bit bombastic, but you can go and Google search. What I found about the epithylamine peptide is it can actually help to reverse cancer. How about that? And it also helps to lengthen your telomeres, another bombastic word. What telomeres does is, the longer your telomeres are, the longer you will live. How about that? How many of you here would like to live longer? And healthier? And younger? Right? Yeah, you better use this, you know. I tell you, with the combination of the patches, I highly suspect, you may be able to live up to 120 years old. How about that? Amazing, yeah? But I say again, we do not just live longer, but we live younger and healthier. And somebody added this, we become wealthier as we share, you know, our patches with the friends. So if you have the time, you may just want to come to our office. Let me do the BOP for you. This is very, very incredible. Because I remember Susan, the lady behind Susan, she used to own 50 aesthetic shops, yeah, Susan? And she loves our Alavida cream and the patch. Okay, if she loves it, I think we all should use it also. Right. This Nirvana, I don't really have much to say. Yeah, because we don't use this in Singapore. Right, but I do hear that this is a ridiculously very, very good patch. What it helps to, with a lot of case like it helps with depression and to help you with your cognitive function. Right, so I will skip this, but I think it's coming soon, yeah, Jinlong. Nirvana is coming soon, and you may want to get a hold of this when it releases in Singapore. Alright, you okay so far?
Yes.
Alright, let me continue. So for all these patches, right, they're actually classified under as anti-aging from 2002 all the way to 2017. What it does is, basically, it slows down the process of aging. So if you are using these patches or on any antioxidant supplements, you will always look the same. But in 2019, something unusual happened, something phenomenal, right? And this is something that David termed it as reverse aging. How many of you know the term between anti-aging and reverse aging? Only Susan. Okay, alright. I used to talk so much about that. I forgot to put up the picture. It simply means if you want to look younger, right? Chronologically, you may be 60 years of age, but imagine a product that can help to elevate your GHK copper peptide to activate your own stem cells, something that is able to reset your gene expression so that your cells inside you will behave younger and healthier. Wow, how many of you would love to use this patch? Fantastic, I love it, I tell you honestly. I will not tell you my story here. You can come to my talk at the middle office. Just keep it in suspense. But this X39 is something that I want to emphasize is really, really incredible. Yeah? And let David explain to you what this reverse aging means. Yeah?
Okay, mitochondria back with energy enhancement, right? That was your first foray. Correct?
Right. Yeah, that's right. And that, at the time, while age reversal was a desire, I was very, very far away from thinking about that as a, practical avenue to achieve. I was really just looking at, hey, we've got these Navy SEALs, they're taking stimulants, they have to be awake 30, 60 hours. Maybe there's a way that we could improve their energy so they don't have to take these stimulants. That was my mindset, and where it's led has been incredible.
So it's been
I pause it here. So what I actually meant to tell you is this, to get yourself younger, all right, and to behave healthier, this is something that you want to consider because David literally took 10 years before he launched X39. I always kid in my talk, if I were David, probably if you would help me in 5 years to get a product, I would not be selling it at $100 per sleeve. It is just too cheap, Because if you understand from stem cells therapy, right, the intravenous will probably cost you about US $10,000 to $100,000, And what more? In Singapore, there's also a very famous company. I heard that they sell about $3,600, but our patch only costs about $100. A patch that doesn't require any battery, nor any electricity, just uses your body heat to activate the patch, and it is so safe that even a child could use it. So let me just show you what is LifeWave X39 all about. So over the past 10 years, David researched and his team at LifeWave in San Diego, what he did was, he garnered about 70 global patents just on X39 patch, and it does help with regeneration. That's why our X39 is classified under the regenerative science. Okay, and what happened? They show a phenomenal 90% improvement in the speed of wound healing. I personally witnessed it myself because in early February, my mother-in-law had a fall, and her face was like so badly wounded, And I used X39 for her. I also want to qualify, I did allow her to use even the night cream, aloe vera night cream. In just a matter of 3 weeks, she was healed totally. Okay? When I say healed, it's the body does the self-healing with the X39 and the aloe vera night cream. So basically, X39 literally helps with speed wound healing. So if you are keen to understand how it originated, this will be a good book you want to read, the story of X39. It's very good. There are a lot of information that you may want to get. So, like I mentioned, all this from 2002 all the way to 2017, all the patches actually are classified under anti-aging until X39 came about. Alright? So it totally changes everything. It's so revolutionary that to me, this technology, I think Richard Quick is the one who actually mentioned LifeWave technology is so advanced that it's about 30 years ahead of any other companies. I think I remember Richard Quick mentioned that. So you may want to consider, because at the recent Shine convention, after 2019, right, David continues to study on X39. You know what he discovered? In just 6 months, ladies and gentlemen, if you are using X39 diligently every day, in the next 6 months, it will age reverse you by 8.5 years. How about that? How about that? Only Geelong loves it. I love it. Just imagine, that's why, whenever you are using X39, please take a picture, a before and after picture. You will see a total transformation of yourself. The only way to do it is you must have a mirror. Or else, Your friend also can actually tell, hey, at least you look much younger, you know, you look beautiful. That's the work of X39. Well done. All right. So just a little bit of X39. In fact, if you are interested to know, you can actually go to our the US Patent and Trademark Office, right? There's this number that you can click and you'll be able to see the list of all the patches of LifeWave, and everything is owned by David Smith here. So on X39, all our patches are actually under the wearable phototherapy apparatus, right? So for X39, it actually activates our own stem cells. Yeah, I repeat, it activates our own stem cells, and it's via a non-transdermal container. Another mouthful word simply means if you are using our patches, nothing enters into your body. It is so safe. That's why I say even a child could actually use our patches. That's how safe our patches are, right? So how it works is you will elevate the GHK copper peptide in your body and to activate your cells. One bad news is if you are not using X39, you can actually go to Uncle Google. By the time you cross 30 years old and all the way to 70, your body stops producing GHK copper peptide. And what does it mean? It means you're going to have rapid aging, not reverse aging. Yeah. So choose for yourself whether you love rapid aging or you love reverse aging. How many of you love to have rapid aging here? None of us. Nor do I. You know, I want to look younger. So again, X39. All right. So he has got 19 claims. All right. So this is the US patent number that I'm going to show you. Right. This is the one. If you key this, you go to the US Trademark and Patent Office, you'll be able to see a whole list of patches, and everything is owned by David Smith. All right. Okay. So far, LifeWave has garnered about 130 over global patents. Sometimes I wonder, you know, why would David go to the extent of getting so many patents? Well, I also understand that some people think that patent is okay, yeah, but it's not easy to get a patent, yeah. So just so you know, but David has so far garnered about 130 over patents globally. But I'm going to show you a next video, very interesting. So this next video is actually about professionals, yeah, and medical doctors and scientists talking about LifeWave patches. So sit back and relax and see this video.
LifeWave did $17 million in sales and held a national conference featuring 40 speakers. Professional and Olympic athletes talked about using LifeWave patches to become the best in the world. Other presenters included medical doctors, acupuncturists, naturopaths, scientists, even world-famous biophysicist Beverly Rubik, also known as the mother of energy medicine.
I'm a biophysicist. I travel the world looking for maverick wellness products that make a difference in people's lives. And it came to my attention that there was this LifeWave energy patch. The first thing I wanted to do as a biophysicist was to test them on the human energy field. And that is the state of the art now in biophysics, that this field is considered to be the bottom line regulator of our processes. Here's an example of the data. The red indicates points that were tested that are really unbalanced. The yellow are points that are tolerable within normal but not quite normal. And the green, of course, are the most normal. Some 5 meridians are grossly unbalanced. And after wearing the LifeWave patches, only 1 point is unbalanced. That's an impressive result, especially after immediately placing on the patches.
There is an immediate autonomic nervous system response within 5 minutes. This is what happens when we apply the patches. As you see, there's a pretty hot looking back to the left, and there's a patch distinctly sitting right in the middle of that spine. It has a cooling effect on the autonomic nervous system.
Statistically speaking, there we can prove that energy production is enhanced fairly dramatically by these patches. I've been doing this kind of testing now for almost 8 years, and I can tell you, you don't see these kind of results.
We tested the LifeWave product, and we found that it made a significant change within 10 seconds in the cytoskeleton. And let me tell you, that is profound.
There are a lot of products out there, folks, but there are very few companies who support their products with quality science.
Having clinical studies is a matter of ethics. You have to know what effects your products are going to have on people before they actually use them. And it's a legal requirement. The government wants to see clinical studies, scientific proof that substantiate your claims.
We look for independent researchers. We look for universities that can study our technology. We're driven to prove the benefits of this technology, as well as to show how this technology can be used to help the people around the world.
Right. Nice, please. Thank you. So you heard what the expert says, right? Especially Dr. Ruby, she says there are many companies in the market, but very few companies will back their products with quality science. And I'm proud to tell you, actually, LifeWave's patches are backed by science. You know, I have many people throw questions at me. Say, hey James, could a patch work for cancer, for diabetes, for this and for that? To which I have no claims because I'm not a doctor. But one thing I did tell them and say, hey look, based on what David LifeWave has done on the science on the patches, you can just be so confident, you know, that the patches really will work. And it doesn't have to necessarily ask Jin Long, hey Jin Long, where to patch, behind the neck or below the navel or anywhere else. Just patch it anywhere, you know. Just patch it anywhere. Although, if you bought the patches, okay, it does come with a booklet. And the booklet will also show you where to patch your patches on. So that's the reason why I'm very, very proud to be part of LifeWave. And I've been using it for a year and 2 weeks. Yeah? Year and 2 weeks, and I think it's really, really good for me. And I hope it does for you as well. Right, so, you know, one thing also like about LifeWave, David is always ever inventing new things, always so innovative. And in fact, at our recent convention, he also talked about certain spray, aromatherapy. Of course, he used this word so that all of us could understand. But the technology behind is just so crazy. What happened is after X39, David continued to do his work. And this year, is it? X49 was launched. How many of you here is already using X49? Wow, fantastic. Me too, I have it here. Yeah. Later on, I just give a brief advertisement. Vanessa will share to all of us the crazy thing about X49. Right? If you have not already using it, please consider, yeah? Alright, so this is for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience. Thank you so much.
Oh, I thought he will kind of introduce himself a bit more. I noticed he didn't. He's actually our first senior presidential director in Singapore. And so he does business opportunity meetings actually at the Lavender office. And if any one of you is interested in his personal stories, right, and his journey in LifeWave, please visit him there. The schedule, as for the schedule, please ask the people who brought you here today, yeah? So, in case you do not know, until by now, that this is actually a direct sales company. Okay, in case, right? The people who brought you here, oh, let's go and hear something. So I'm telling you here up front. So my friend here, actually Vanessa, the next speaker, she's actually like a personal friend now. So actually I go to her because she's a jumping instructor. So for me, every year I like to try something new. You know, previously I did K-pop. So right now I'm like, okay, trampoline jumping. So the first time I go, that was before I didn't put on the patches yet. But what happens is like the first session I had with her, I felt my heart almost stopped. But she is very loving, very caring, you know, asked me after that. So what happens for me is I told her, I don't think I can do this. With my age, I cannot jump like this. So she said that, no, don't worry, you come a few more times and then you'll be fine and build it up. So of course, subsequently, I started using the patches, right? And it was a lot better. And like what she said, it's all about practice, trusting, as well as giving it time, right? So she had no idea that this is a direct sales company at that point in time. So as she started buying the patches and using, and then here she is today to share with us on her journey with the patches.
Thank you, Alice. Okay, I think I should stand on stage. Big bird. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is a very humble sharing. If you have any questions, I will need to leave, but if you have any questions, you can direct them to Alice and she'll ask me again and I will try to get back to you. Okay? So, who am I? Oh, how do I go back? Okay. So I'm going to start with my introduction, then we're going to talk about what performance is, then why X39, X49, and what Alavida is. So for some of you who are here for the first time, you're not using it, I'll try my very best to explain to you from a very layman's point of view. Me, layman. Okay, going on. So, sorry, I don't know how to use the mouse. Okay, this is me. This is still me. Okay, my real job, my professional life, I'm actually a general manager under the brand Little Musician with Little Group. So these are my staff. That is me looking a bit weird. Okay. Now, in my personal life, I'm married with 2 children. Some of you think that you're lying, cannot be. I think the patch has kind of worked for me. Okay, I studied music formally, and like what Alice introduced me as, I'm actually a jumping fitness instructor. I'm a freelancer with Jumping Singapore, which is also a charitable organization. Then, in my free time, I used to be a Les Mills body pump instructor, but I really have no time right now. I'm also a certified personal trainer. Okay, now, in life, the greatest enemy of good thinking is busyness. What is it again? Busyness. So this is said by John Maxwell. Right, now, busyness in my life led me from here. This was about 15 to 20 years ago. I used to be a very active person. I used to do dragon boating. I did netball, I was in a band, I was doing many things. Then still long hair, very pretty last time. Not pretty lah. Then I went to this stage to here in a very short span of about 5 years. This is me, all me. Okay? Before that, take a look at my skin. Later we'll go to my skin. Okay, so that was me about 2014, 2015. Okay, then one day, my mom, this was a family gathering, my mom came to me, not very subtly, just came to me and said, hey, do you realize that you put on a lot of weight? My mom, okay? So the closest person came to me, and on this very day, I went back and I started taking a look at my photos. And I started to wonder, what happened to this person? Okay, so then from there, and of course it's not an immediate thing. The next day I started to work out. It took me a while, took me a bit of recalibrating. Then I started to reach out to workouts. My friends brought me, I shared with some of my very close ex-colleagues. So they brought me to jumping. My very first time, sorry, a bit blurred, but that is me jumping on a trampoline. In case you don't know how my kind of job is, this is the trampoline we're talking about. I started doing Pilates and yoga as well. And then, it moves. So that's me. Okay. Then, from there, I was even more challenged because my mentor back then started to tell me, hey, I think you have a gift for teaching, a gift for instructing. And she encouraged me to go for my very first challenge. Back then, I also lost a bit of weight from the very first time I started to work out. This was 2018 January. So I passed with a group of other instructors who are now my peers teaching as well. Then my second challenge came up. A little later, after a couple of years, I decided that, hey, jumping is not enough, I want to do more. So I went for a Les Mills instructor course. I did not put in between, I also went for personal training certification. Why so many things? Because I really wanted to understand what fitness is like, what physical training is all about, and how I can help my clients, people who come jumping, people who come to me for help. So, and of course it doesn't stop there. More challenges ahead. Let me explain later. In my personal mantra, music raised me. I started as a classical musician. I played the clarinet. Wow. And fitness saved me in the later part of my life, which is right now. So this always stays with me, always a very strong reminder to tell me where am I standing and what am I doing in life. Okay, so why LifeWave? For me, because fitness is not a destination. It is a way of life. Don't tell me that today I woke up 3 hours for the next whole week, don't need to work out. Automatically become slimmer. Okay, that didn't work for me. To be honest, with patches, we also need to be very consistent. You cannot patch one day, then 10 weeks later, then decide that I'll patch again. Then the effects of what the patches can do for you is very minor then. Okay? So, I like to think that when I went for my personal training course, my instructor told me, hey, people who are fit may not always be healthy. People who are healthy may not always be fit. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is very true. So for me, as a personal goal, in my entire life, till my last breath, I want to be able to achieve an optimal health. So optimal health involves having good fitness level as well as good health. If you are very, very fit, you can go for marathons, go for many, many things, but you always fall sick. That is not, to me, an optimal life. If you have very good health, but on the other hand, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're not very happy, then I think that is also not the best for living. Okay, so let's go into it. Okay, for me, health, how do I balance this part of health? Okay, maybe for some of you, I forgot to mention this earlier. So I've actually kind of achieved whatever I want, right? So why LifeWave patches? Because if I were to look at the fitness area, yes, I'll probably be able to achieve many, many things. Going forward, just go for more courses, be more certified, keep studying. Yes, fitness area, I'll be able to reach somewhere where I want to be. But in terms of health, I grew up with asthma. I am still battling asthma each time as I teach. But it has gotten better for me, partly because I learned to manage them. And I have very sensitive skin. I have many allergies. So if I walk into a forest, I might come out looking like the forest. So therefore, I have to be very watchful about what I do. So therefore, when Ellie shared with me about stem cells, actually when she shared with me about stem cells, my beautician was on the other hand also sharing with me. I've been going for facial for quite some time. But that part when she shared with me and said that, hey, you know, this can activate the inner stem cells that you already have. Wow, that was like a thing. Maybe I can try. So I also introduced her to my beautician, who in the end also joined us with LifeWave. Okay? Yeah, so world is very small. Okay, so when I did X39, my whole purpose was actually to improve sleep. You can ask Alice. I always talk about not having enough rest, very tired. When I wake up the next morning, sometimes I have 7:30 meetings. As in, the moment 7:30 starts, I have to smile and start meeting. That kind of meeting. So X39 for me, when I started, it really improved my sleep. And when I wake up, I am less tired compared to 1 year ago. 1 year ago, every 7:30, I feel like I am still in my sleep. Okay, but X39 has really improved my energy level as well. By the way, I just came from teaching earlier, and I am still speaking. That means X39 does well, huh? Okay, then in general wellness, I can't speak for general wellness, but I do feel that for some of my friends who have tried, they have actually felt that there's a change. Physically, they don't feel so fatigued. Okay, then I also recently just started this amazing thing, this Alavida. Okay, this one I don't need to talk too much. Just now James already did a very good introduction. Sorry, I don't know which direction to press again. Okay, now Alavida did this for me. This was 1 year ago, and you see my many dots on my face. 1 year ago, and this was just about a few months back. Then this was yesterday. Then this was October. So Alavida did a lot of changes for me. It brightened up. I have less dots on my face. But if there's mosquito bite, I cannot help that. And so, yeah, bonus finds. That's not the purpose of my talk. The purpose of my talk. Now, more about me as a fitness instructor. That's why I have been invited and here. So, this is the profile. If you go to Jumping Fitness Singapore, you will find my name there. Not that updated, but it's okay. It's still me. So, my purpose, as described on the slide, is to help my jumpers develop proper jumping technique. Now, what is jumping? Jumping is a little mat. It's a trampoline How many of you have gone to a trampoline park before? Don't be so shy lah. My eyesight not very good now. Yeah, patch 4, I look better, okay? Now, so that little trampoline is what we stand on in the class, and then we have isolation bar. Using the isolation bar and the rebounding action, we do different movements together with music. That is how jumping on the trampoline is like. It's a lot of choreography, it's very cardio. You can ask her, she said her heart nearly dropped out. Yeah. When I first started, I always hide in the corner and I was like, this is not it, I don't want to do this. But I don't know why I ended up here. I think it's still quite fun. Okay, so I want to help my jumpers develop proper jumping techniques and work towards better performance. Cardio health, firstly. Secondly, a lot of them have goals to meet. Many of them come to me with a watch. Today I burn this amount. 400 plus, 500 plus. Today, then I ask them, why do you want to burn so much? What do you think the answer will be?
Slim down.
Slim down, obviously. So cardio health is one thing, slimming down is another. Of course, that's what I want to try to help them. So I also incorporate activities that focuses on skill-related components, endurance, power, strength, balance, agility, and speed. Okay, so these are skill-related. So as a jumping fitness instructor, I conduct corporate classes. This is almost my daily, weekly life. Corporate classes, outdoor events, strength and conditioning sessions. We have studio classes. Studio classes, I run about 8 classes on top of my regular job. Then I also have team training. This is my team. So it is a very busy lifestyle, and I manage very well, I think, with the help of these 2 things currently. So I started using X49. What does X49 do? For me, it really helps me with performance, stamina. Okay, stamina has kind of improved a lot for me. I caught COVID in May, and my stamina was really very drained. A lot of people cannot see it on the outside because I think I'm a really good actress. Yeah, but honestly, it really took a toll on my stamina. With X39, I can see 49 and 39, I saw a drastic increase. You can ask my team members if they are here. Yeah, that it took me a while, but X49 brought me even to a next level that I can show you in a bit later. Now, it helps with recovery. Because I work out so much, my recovery time is very, very short. I don't have that amount of time. But with the patches, I think it has helped me to recover much faster than I expected, which is really very, to me, it's very awesome. Miraculous, actually. Then I also use energy enhancer. Just now, James talked about energy enhancer. For me, it really increased when I am teaching. I can feel the difference. So, endurance, it supports a physical fitness routine like mine. It's convenient, yes, and fast results. This is really very true. Okay, then, moving on. I'm not going to read the little words, okay? If you have questions, you can ask anything. Okay, sorry, press wrong direction. Now, where do I put the positions for X49? I usually have it on the back. Then for energy enhancer, this was me yesterday. I purposely took just to put it in to show you where I put it. I know on if you receive the handbook, it will tell you to put it on your wrist, put it on your feet. But for me, I discovered this spot when I was going through an advanced course. So I went through another course, advanced jumping fitness course. I had this on. It was a very, very grueling certification course. I have never been to any physical course that is worse than that. So, yeah. So I went through with that and I came out very strong. Okay. Then, so skills-related performance, like I mentioned just now, X49 and X39. So these 3 levels in jumping, we always cover up to level 3. So layer 3. And I'd like to show you the difference for me since 2018 until now. energy change. So layer 3, power, speed, agility, anaerobic capacity. Some of you will tell me, wow, see already was tired. Okay, this was my advanced course during exam. I had energy enhancer on. Okay, so this has been my journey for a long time, and then you can see so with the help of X49X and Energy Enhancer, it has gotten me to a stage where I do not feel so stressed. Okay, I don't know why, but I feel that through the patches I feel lighter, I feel more positive. I don't know about your experience, but for me, I feel more positive, and in terms of energy, I'm definitely much stronger than before. Okay, then now my latest achievement, that was the exam. So this was done in July and in this place where you're sitting right now. Yes, okay, so that was the advanced course, and this is my teammates. These are my teammates. Now in conclusion, as a person wearing many hats, a leader at work, a mother at home, a wife to a husband, fitness instructor to members, leader to a team of instructors, etc., etc., I believe in sustaining good health and fitness as well. LifeWave is an ever-evolving experience for me daily. It allows me to work towards an optimum state of life, and I hope it will for you as well. So as a freelance instructor, it is important for me to maintain a high level of fitness capacity, a competency, and performance standard. Therefore, I do what I do, I patch what I patch. And I want to end my presentation with this very, very last quote that I share with a lot of people. Now, love what you do, and what you do will love you back over and over again. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Okay, wow, that was very amazing, thank you. I was so mesmerized by what you're sharing, I don't know what to say. So by the way, we have something for you, more energy enhancer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Vanessa, for sharing your experience with us. That was very inspiring. I don't know whether the rest are questions. I definitely have one for you privately. Like, when do I get there?
So you start training now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, everyone still okay?
Yes.
We are good to continue?
Yes.
Okay, because now this is the very important segment coming up, right? So after you hear from James about the company, you hear from Vanessa, who is someone who is using the products. Then let's take a look and a closer look and a deep dive into, we mentioned SAFERS, stem cell technology. What is it really about? So the person who actually brought LifeWave, or not that he brought LifeWave, but he came to Singapore to support us in this journey. Tilo, I leave you to introduce yourself.
So this one must jump also. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello! Oh my god, time flies, huh? You all remember when is the first time we came here for the event? June. Yeah.
Last month.
2nd of April our first event. Remember or not? Right after the opening. Time flies, huh? Until now, exactly 6 months. Do you feel that we have been through a lot? Helped a lot of people? Have a lot of experience? Anyone feel that for this 6 month time, you really feel you're younger at least 8.5 years? Raise up your hands. Raise up your hands. Sure boy, no one Only 4 Exactly 6 months. So, previously when I come to preparing my presentations, right, I always have a concern. I say, I cannot make it too complicated, Later people confused, next one no one come already. So I try to make it a bit simpler. But today, this is my last presentation for this year. So I will try my best to confuse you as much as possible, okay, and see whether you all can follow or not. Okay or not? Yes. Okay? So, I don't know whether you all know their age difference. Do you know they are 22 years apart? Do you know that? 22 years apart, But they look like brothers. Not too much of a difference. So, without any preconceptions here, without any preconception, if I tell you that they achieve by taking supplement, do you believe? Don't believe, right? You see your friends eat how many years, donkey years of supplements already? Is it because they eat a lot of organic food? No, you got a lot of friends eat organic food every day, also the same. Is it because they take a lot of superfood? Chia seed, flax seed, like avocado? Also no. How about probiotic? Eating probiotic can get younger? Also no. So is it stem cell? Yes. Oh, you all say one, I never say. You all Singaporean very free. I go back. I'm a bit dangerous. So when I go to Straits Times, he said like this. I asked about rumor that he has had stem cell or placenta treatment. He laughed. He has heard those stories. No injection of any kind. No stem cell. Nothing. He said one. But these are rumors, right? But how come the rumor never talk about supplements? How come the rumor all centered around stem cell? So that means, if today your goal is to stay young, anti-aging. If you are 60 years old, some people they look like 70 years old, right? Although they are 60. If you want to remain at 60, it's called anti-aging, like what James said. But if you want to return from 60 to 35 years old, it's called reverse aging. This is called reverse aging. Okay? Now, to start it off, let me share with you what is the objective of today, okay? At the end of my presentation, I hope that, I don't know, I can guarantee. I can guarantee that you will have a very clear idea where are we heading in healthcare industry, what are the problems that we are facing, and what are the things that are coming. Okay? So first, let's talk about the evolution of health problems. So many years ago, okay, one of the problems is called scurvy. Anyone heard about scurvy? What kind of vitamin is not enough? C. Okay? Amazing. So later on, we talk about the stroke. I remember I was following my father to learn about gua sha. A lot of people got stroke that time, always gua sha here and gua sha there. And that time I never heard about cancer. Very hardly heard about cancer. But 5 years later, I heard so many cancers in my kampung already. And then moving 5 years later, I heard about autoimmune disease already. Because my father is one of it. Having a skin eczema, having using a lot of steroid cream applied. I see a lot of people got gout problem when they walk only 50 plus years old. They have to start to have a lot of swollen at their knee and their ankles. And 5 years down the road, I heard of Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson. Correct or not? 5 years again down the road, especially now, we talk about multiple sclerosis. Anyone starting to hear multiple sclerosis, can you raise up your hands? Anyone? Start to hear. Do you still heard about scurvy? No, right? But now you start to hear about multiple sclerosis. So don't you think that our health problem is keep on changing? So many people, when we look at health problems, we think that there are so many health problems nowadays. My answer to you, it is not so many health problems. It is one health problem. It's just that it evolved the problem that it displayed to you in different symptoms. Okay? So, why I am familiar about this, because I started to learn about healthcare at the age of 7. So I have about 22 years of observation from my father. So let's talk about number 1. You are smart, huh? Vitamin C not enough, so stroke when you go to doctor, the doctor will always say, oh, this one you must control. If this one is still very high, you go stroke. What is it? Huh? Blood pressure and cholesterol, correct or not? And then you talk about cancer. Anyone heard about alkaline water? Have or not? Wow, I know Lawrence very familiar. Alkaline water, they all talk about if got cancer, drink a lot of alkaline water, right? Why? Acidic body, your body very acidic. Take alkaline water. Correct or not? So why is it that cancer might drink alkaline water, cannot drink neutral water? Why must it be alkaline? And then they say got acidic body, right? Cancer is about the lactic acid. It's about acidosis. And then autoimmune disease, they talk about the guts. Even today you Google about lupus. Anyone heard about lupus? Right? You go and Google lupus and guts. Then you will say European naturopathy and doctors, they are confirming that a lot of autoimmune disease is linked to gut health. And we talk about Alzheimer's, there are a lot of plaque between the neurons. They see a lot of dark grey matters, a lot of plaque in between the neurons. And then slowly we talk about multiple sclerosis. We talk about is the nerve damage. All of these things are the evolution of health problems. Today, maybe still got people got stroke, but we only take it easy already, right? But 20 years ago, wow, got people got stroke, alamak, how Nowadays, I'm very normal already, right? Every day we see about, oh, stroke, okay my who also got stroke yesterday. Correct? So normal already, no? Last time when I heard about cancer, alamak, cancer, so sad for them. Now, well, cancer, how? Oh, cancer is okay. Who also cancer, now survive already. Correct? But nowadays, the most worry is when people call you, hey, my daughter got what? Multiple sclerosis. I never heard of that. Yeah, doctor said no cure one, no. So scary. Correct? So 20 years ago, the problem that we are worrying about and what we are worried about today is exactly different. Right? So let me tell you what are the different things in between them and why I call it evolution. Okay? Now, we talk the first thing is always the vitamin deficiency. So the whole healthcare problem that we are seeing actually started with vitamin deficiency. This is why it started with scurvy. Vitamin C, vitamin A, actually all kind of vitamin, excluding vitamin D, are actually a kind of antioxidants. Okay? When your body don't have enough vitamins, don't have enough antioxidants, what happens is this. The antioxidants is going to protect your body, especially the blood vessel, against oxidative stress and the free radicals. But when you don't have vitamins, the stress, the free radicals try to injure your blood vessel. Okay? So when your blood vessel is damaged, as a result, your blood cholesterol will go up. Let me give you an example. Okay? If today this is a wall, okay? There is a scratch over here. I'm going to use some cement to patch up, right? Correct or not? Okay? In our body, it's the same. Imagine this is the blood vessel. Okay? Because of the free radicals, there's a lot of scratch over here in my blood vessel. Instead of using the cement, I use cholesterol to patch it up. This is why cholesterol is very sticky. Give you an example. You know what is the most of the ingredient in our sperm? Men? Don't know, right? It's cholesterol. Very sticky, right? Never see before. Hey, don't scare me, Huh? You never see before? So that's the reason. So the reason why after scurvy the stroke becomes so prevalent is actually we are evolving the health problems. The vitamin deficiency reached to a certain extent, a lot of people in an inflammatory state, they injure the blood vessel and then the cholesterol starts to shoot up. But as we move forward even more serious, their second problems come. It's called mineral deficiency. You see, vitamin deficiency after then you start to see mineral deficiency. And this is where a lot of cancers start to come about. A lot of people say, oh, you know how alkaline water works? You know alkaline, you know what makes the water alkaline? Take out the hydrogen ions, right? remain the hydroxide ion. In order to maintain the alkalinity, they add in calcium ions. Calcium ions. So this is the reason why we need to get the calcium ion from the alkaline waters. How about we cannot take the mineral from the fruits? We cannot take the mineral from the vegetables. It's because of the soil depletion. The mineral contained in our food is also reducing. People are taking much more processed food, which is remove all the important trace mineral already. So when you have a mineral deficiency, it's just like when you're cooking a sour soup. Oh my god, you drink the sour soup. Oh, it's so sour. When a food is very sour, what do you add? Only ladies say sugar, very smart. The rest uncle, hey. But today in your kitchen, the soup so sour, you don't have sugar, You only have vinegar. How? Can you even to make the soup less sour? No choice already. So this is what happening in our human body. When your human body is inside the acidic state, it's not that your body don't know how. I can, but you don't have the sugar for me, you don't have the mineral for me to do. Mineral deficiency. So when you have body had a kind of acidosis, slowly, your body is not in a favorable mood to function properly. Give you an example. How come now my mouse also cannot use it? Okay, so he reached the second problem. It's called gut disruption. Why? Mineral control every kind of mechanism in the body. For example, some people, if you have constipations, the doctor will give you certain kind of pills. It's made by what? What mineral you know? Don't know. Never constipate before. Magnesium. If you take magnesium salt. Okay. So because magnesium, it helps your body to relax. Calcium make your body to contract. So this is why when you have constipation, doctor give you magnesium to relax the muscle, so all the feces can come out. So this is how the body works. But imagine that if you have a mineral deficiency, a lot of your body function cannot work. Body cannot digest, body cannot absorb the nutrient. People, when the nutrient go into the body, your cell cannot absorb the nutrient, cannot utilize the function. This is the reason it causes gut disruption. When you have a gut disruption, your body cannot absorb. Wait up. How come? How come today all speakers got issue with this? Wait up. Yes. Okay? And then the next issue comes about. It's called the brain degeneration. You know why? Because your body needs the nutrients. It needs the cholesterol, it needs the fats, it needs the minerals, it needs the vitamin in order for your brain to survive. However, because your gut got disrupted, your body cannot absorb the nutrients. The brain are not nourished, so slowly it degenerates. If you look at our central nervous system, we call it CNS, we have the brain, and then we have the spinal cord. Okay? So when your brain started to degenerate, slowly the degeneration going to the spinal cord. So this caused the next problem. We have spinal cord degeneration. If you go and talk to doctors, this one got laser. This one got laser. Let me try. Okay. This one have laser. Oh, this one. Okay. Not bad. So anyway, this is the evolution of health problems. It's because when you start to have brain degeneration, it's called the Alzheimer's already. But how come today it moved on the degeneration to the spinal cord? This is the evolution of health problems. Learning something? Yes. Is it the first time you heard about this? Yes. Very fun, huh? Okay. So far can follow or not? Anyone find it confusing? Yeah. My purpose is to make you confused. Okay, now. So, when the health problem evolved, the health solution also evolved. Okay? So, last time when you said you got scurvy, you got vitamin deficiency, so what are the things that you eat? Huh? Vitamin C, supplement, yes, I still remember. Last time my constipations, I got fever, I got flu, I cannot sleep. My mom always feed me with vitamin C. You take out my refrigerator, the first row, definitely vitamin C. And the company start with A. Correct or not? You also the same? How come? I thought we are from different era. So second, so slowly my mom started to improve already. He said that, now we don't take vitamins. We have to eat something organic. So my mom started to cook organic food. Remember the time? All for the Baba organic one, right? So I remember one time. This is the reason who caused me don't like to eat carrot. So every time my mother cooked the ABC soup, right? What are the content in ABC soup? Carrot,
potato,
onion, potato. So my mom always say, the soup you don't drink is okay, but the carrot you finish it. Why? Because the carrot are organic, Fly from Australia, expensive. One batang seven ringgit. So every time he cook one time, I need to take 2 carrots, one big stick. So until now, I don't like to eat carrot. Remember the time? Why is that so? It's because we realize when people take superfood or organic food, it gain back the mineral and vitamins. But up to one time, you start to realize, even you go to doctors, you go to your friends who in a wellness company, he will ask you to buy something called probiotic. Probiotic got nutrient or not? Got nutrient. Chia seed has nutrient? Yes, right? Broccoli has nutrient? Ask you to eat broccoli, ask you to eat chia seed, ask you to eat flaxseed, suddenly ask you to eat bacteria. Isn't it very strange? So why is that so? It's because our body come to a time when it's not about the nutrient anymore. We learn so much about the nutrient, we put so much money into the nutrient, but we forgot your body cannot digest. So we say, I think now you don't need so much nutrient already. You better take some probiotic. If you look at the evolution of health, and then think about what you have experienced for the past 20 years, isn't it what we are seeing? So that's it. What happened next? Only lately, for the past 5 years, you start to see a lot of company, even the slimming company, they can also have stem cell product. A water machine company also inventing into stem cell products. Everything talk about stem cell, right? You talk about the eating one, the apple stem cell, the placenta, the stem cell injections, the stem cell activators. Why is that so? Because we are following the trend of health problems by offering different health solutions. This is what we are heading. So, the reason I tell you this, so that you know, today what kind of problems is actually not from many sources. It's just that our problem getting more and more serious. It's as simple as that. Okay? You want to take this or take this? Okay, take, come. I give you 5 seconds. Okay, good. So, ayah means still have but I take first. Okay, so let's talk about this. So we talk about supplements, superfood, and probiotic. Everything is under anti-aging. Okay? Like just now, the first photo, you take supplement can get younger 22 years. Cannot. You take probiotic can get younger, you cannot. So last time, the problem that we are facing is all about oxidative stress. It's all about free radicals. So we just need antioxidants to help to cope with that. This is why it's called anti-aging era. But today, the degeneration has come to the point where antioxidants can no longer fight that. We need to regenerate ourselves. This is why we need reverse aging. Now smart, all feet out already, only take photo lah. One big blank there, still want to take photo. Okay? Okay, so what is called reverse aging? Do you think this one called reverse age or not? Look at the eye. Look at the eye. Then look at the skin complexions. My father-in-law. Okay? How about this? Changes? Reverse aging or not? Look at the eye. Look at the hair. This one reverse aging. Look at the eye. Look at the skin complexion. When I see this uncle, I was in Kota Kinabalu. I was distributing the flyers. Okay, so I remember the country manager told his son. When I told Casey, Casey, sorry, I'm distributing the flyers. Okay, and then that night he talked to his son, said, boy, next time we cannot look down on people who distribute flyers, Anytime people is millionaires, So I met this gentleman. So I said, uncle, I pledge on you. He got the pain here, is reduced 50%. I said, can I take a photo with you? Like, sure, so take a photo. I said, uncle, we take again. Why? You forgot to open your eyes. Oh, sorry, my eyes are like this. Can you imagine, by putting out the patch, hey, the eye open now, And now, he almost helped me to open up all Sabah market because of me giving the flyers and one eon. So remember this, the gist of this business is to really share the products. When people see my pain, just now, I think when Si Xian was arrived at the canteen earlier, he saw me talking to the auntie and uncle beside. You know what happened? The uncle is complaining, oh, my hip very pain, I was still eating the nasi lemak. Pain. I was waiting there to look at me. Then the auntie said, you have pain, Hey, come. I put the eon there. Did they say they got result? Just now he said got pain. After patch already? No pain sometimes have, sometimes don't have, don't have. It's okay. Because we don't need much magic to make us feel in love about this company. Get younger or not? Wow, very different, when I try to look before after of this lady in Cebu, I scroll through the photo. Auntie, how come all photo got sunflower ones? I said, because my face really big, so I use sunflower to cover. I said, sure or not? Then I said, the biggest difference in your photo album is, last time all got sunflower, now no need sunflower. This is the biggest changes, the rest, look at the face. Not so pretty, Okay? Now, big changes, This is our Susanna, our Lifeway SPD. You look at the pigmentation. You look at the hair. This one you can say like auntie. This one you cannot say auntie already, right? Like sister, right? This is called reverse aging. This is called reverse aging. I know some of you who have never heard about Lifeway before. When you listen about these two stories, you will say, every company also has testimonials, right? But the difference is this. Do you want to drink to achieve this? You want to eat to achieve this? Or you want to put a sticker to achieve this? We are putting a sticker here. Okay? Now, so a lot of people always say, yeah, I'm healthy, okay already. I don't need to be pretty one. Have or not? You heard about this? I don't need, I'm healthy, okay, don't need to be so pretty. Let me tell you, these people are the ones who haven't found their way to become prettier. They already give up and then they say, I don't need. The moment they see a changes in them, I tell you, every day call you, Allah, without finishing, can you help me to this one? For sure, every time I see like this. So, and I say, you know what? I know you're only pretty, you don't need to get prettier. But do you want your organ to get younger? The key is not about you looking younger, it's about your organ getting younger. Think about this. As you grow older, the kidney also getting older. The filtering system getting older. Do you think when you reach 80 years old, you also want to carry your 80 years old kidney? Or you want a kidney that is younger?
Younger.
So the stem cell, our product, is not about looking younger. This is only a side effect. The root cause, the root benefit of Lifeway is to reverse aging your organs. How about we can reverse aging of your lung?
Oh.
Anyway, just for your confirmation, this is not the exact testimonial photo people take for me to take. This is for illustration, okay? You don't tell people, oh, someone has sacrificed themselves to bring a testimonial of Lifeway. So next, liver. Think about this. As you grow older, you start to have fatty liver, you start to have liver cyst. What if we can have a younger liver cell to replace the damaged place? What if we can use more stem cell to replace the old tissue? This is the actual purpose of using a stem cell therapy. It's not for you to look younger, it's not for you to have less wrinkles. These are all the side effects. The main issue is we want our organ to get younger because this is the fundamental of the vitality. Okay, now, I heard about this, but now I'm still okay lah. I got no pain, I'm healthy, I exercise every day, I drink coconut water every day. I'm still healthy. Have or not? Got people say this So again, I'm showing you how to address. So I say, I know you look healthy, you look pretty, but you know what we are having right now? There are a few problems, Number one, do you know 5G is coming? Yeah? You like 5G? You know 5G, the radiation is similar to that of the microwave. You look at the red color? The frequency of 5G is already approaching to microwave, Think about this. Tonight you go back home, you open your microwave, you put your hand inside and see. But when 5G being really fully rolled out, this might be the thing that we are experiencing. What if we got 6G? What if 10 years later we got 7G? Do you think that the kind of radiation damage to our body is getting higher and higher? So do you want to prepare for 5 years later? Or you want to wait for 10 years later only you start to prepare yourself? So this is the one. The environment force you to look about stem cell today. Second problems, reduce oxygen. In some of the major cities right now, we used to have 20% atmospheric oxygen. Now in some of the China busy city, it's less than 10% already. It means that now there's someone choking you, not giving you to breathe in oxygen. When your body don't have enough oxygen, your body has inflammation, your organ tend to age faster. This is in a science, I think this is in the Forbes magazine. Earth oxygen level are declining and scientists don't know why. While we are talking about this water, that water, this energy, that stem cell, but the fundamental oxygen is reducing. And this is one of the true reasons why we are degenerating much faster than our early days. Third issue, soil depletion. Anyone like to eat lotus soup? Have Alamak. Singaporean don't eat lotus one. So when you eat lotus, what did you see? You see the 屎 Now do you still see? Don't have already. So why is it so? It's because of soil depletion. You look at the minerals. Why David always stress about copper? Why David always stress about copper? Because copper is one of the most important mineral in your body, and this is what is lacking the most in our today agriculture. Compared to 70 years ago, our copper reduced by almost 80% already. These are the three. Imagine that the food that you eat is no longer so nutritious and more pesticide. Imagine the air that you breathe in become less oxygen. Imagine the environment that you are living in has much more radiation. Do you think that 5 years later, 10 years later, by only eating healthy, by only exercising, can you still stay fit? Let me give you an example. Two persons are swimming. 50, 70 years ago, your environment damage not so strong. So you just need to do something to regenerate. You don't need to consider stem cell. But in today's context, because you got so many kind of damaging factors to you, so we have to look at how to regenerate ourselves faster and better. And this is the true reason of you knowing about stem cell. We are not asking you to come here, I want to get pretty, I want to grow new hair, so I want stem cell. It's not about that. I want you all to know, this day is going to come. But I hope that 5 years or 10 years down the road, you are prepared. No, I heard before 5 years ago, the young boy on the stage talk about stem cell. Okay? Now, this is the latest study by LifeWave. It says that if you use LifeWave technology, you will have an average age reversal observed in 6 months. That is 8.5 years, equivalent to 8.5 years. And out of the 86% tested, they have an average of 8.5 years. And cases of 16 years and 18 years of age reversal in 6 months. They make you use for 6 months. The actual cases you can get younger by 18 years old. Scary, Quite scary. A lot of people ask me like this, Jing Hao, you for 3 years already. Now you should go back to your mother womb already. Not like this lah. When we talk about getting younger, it's in terms of the genetic youthfulness. Okay, it's a genetic youthfulness. It's not the all the bone also become smaller like baby. Doesn't mean like that. Okay? Now, let's talk about what is called stem cell. Anyone heard about stem cell? Of course, you look the poster, at least the first time you look about stem cell. Okay? So you have to understand two things. The one word is called differentiation. It means turn into. The stem cell can turn into different kind of cell, like the muscle cell, the heart cell, the nerve cell, differentiate into. Okay, turn himself into. And then the second word is called duplication. It means this one stem cell can also make to multiple stem cell, and multiple stem cell each can do different things also. These are the two processes for you to realize. Okay? Now, I like to introduce stem cell this way. Anyone play mahjong or not? Yeah, only 2 or 3. Anyone play poker card or not? Sorry for all the Muslim. So Muslim standing up to take photo. Sorry. Okay? So, in Chinese culture, we like to gamble. Okay, we like to play, we have to play cards. Okay, we like to play cards. So when you play mahjong, what is the card you like to draw? Joker and Fei, right? Why? You can change to everything, right? So imagine today you got the Fei, wow, you can change to, or you get the Joker. You can change to different kind of cards, right? 东西南北中，你个东方东三东四说 everything can change. So in our body, when you talk about stem cell, it actually means the joker in the body. They can turn to different kind of cell to repair their organs. Okay? Now, but the issue is, as we grow older, our stem cell reduces rapidly. Okay? At the age of 60 years old, actually, you're left about 5% of the stem cell. 5%. Think about this, when you are young, you got the cut. 3 minutes later, dries up already, right? The wounds, right? But now, you wait until you're 70 years old, you go get a cut, 3 days, 3 nights, the blood still bleeding. So this is the issue. Our stem cell reduces rapidly and left only 5%. So how? What can we do about this? Now, do you know about this? I think you don't know, right? Singapore could overtake Australia and Hong Kong to become Asian millionaire capital in less than a decade. This is published 2 months ago. 13% of Singapore population to become millionaire by 2030. Wow, 1, 2, 3. Wow, see, like this, I want to go millionaire here. Highest proportion among Asia Pacific economic. Wow. Today we have how many percent? 140%, right? We have 40 millionaires here, Give yourself a clap of hands there. 40 millionaires, I don't know who are the 14, but I definitely most of it come from Lai Kui. Okay, so I want these questions. Singapore got so many rich persons. Why you all have to fly to Thailand for stem cell therapy? Why Singapore don't have? Or even have, but it's very little. It's illegal. Why is that so? If this treatment is really so safe and there are so many rich people that they don't want to grow old, isn't that Singapore is the best place for stem cell therapy? Why people have to fly to Thailand? Why people need to fly to Malaysia? Isn't it strange? So this proves one thing. Stem cell therapy in general is illegal. In general is risky. Okay? Or else Singapore should boom already, right? Make sense or not? So now, the first concept in stem cell is always the insurance coverage. Okay? I can't get info in Singapore, but let's talk about FDA. Okay? The stem cell therapy that is being approved by FDA only for cancer treatment only. That means you go inside, you know cancer, I say, you want to do stem cell therapy? I want to grow hair. Cannot. Okay? I want to reduce my wrinkles. Cannot. Even you die from you die in the hospital, it's not under coverage one. So this is the first issue. If the treatment is so safe, why it is not being covered? Make sense or not? Okay? Second point is the source of the stem cell. So they are in general, we don't talk about animal placenta, okay? We don't talk about those animals, the apple stem cell we talk about humans. where is the source of stem cell? Number one, extracted from your own body. Feels better, right? Extract from my own body, you know. But think about this, I'm already 80 years old already. You take out my blood, the stem cell also dying. Then you do something to put it back to me. And telling me I will get younger. Makes sense or not?
No.
Doesn't make sense. So what if my stem cell already defective? Whatever you do is not going to be helpful. So this MSC stem cell, in general, the procedure, it extracts the mesenchymal stem cell from your body and then grow it in the large number in the lab and then put it back to your body. The issue is, what if the moment you extract, it already got problem? It already defective. The very first stem cell research that break out the stem cell industry is from a mouse. They put a blood from a young mouse, withdraw the blood to the old mouse, and then the old mouse behave like a young mouse, young mouse. But now you are getting from an old mouse, putting back to the old mouse again. Does it make sense? Doesn't make sense. So this proves one point. When you talk about stem cell, it's not about the amount of stem cell. It's about the quality of the stem cell. Make sense? Quality of stem cell. So now, an X39, when you put the patch on, it not only activates your stem cell production to increase the stem cell, at the same time it ensures the the gene expression to produce this stem cell is of a younger quality. Okay? So now let's go talk about extracted from others. Okay? Now, what if my body rejects? There was one studies in the United States, they carry out on a monkey. So the scientists purposely damage the brain of the monkey. Okay, and then supposedly if the brain is damaged, we inject the stem cell to the brain can grow back, right? So few days later, the monkey passed away. So they are very surprised. How come the monkey passed away? They open their skull and then they look their brain again. Alamak. They see the kidney inside, you know. Kidney in the brain. They see the bicep in the kidney, in the brain, you know. Why? This is the reason why until now FDA don't want to approve stem cell therapy, because you cannot control will your stem cell definitely differentiate into the cell you want. You put it back, you think that the stem cell can differentiate into brain cell, but what if the moment of you extract it and then you put it back during this process, maybe it receive a different signals and then it grow itself into a muscle cell. Then it's spoiled. This is the reason you can't control. And if you go to some of the stem cell therapy center, even in Thailand, even in Malaysia, they always like to sugarcoating the words, right? They call preconditioning. Okay? Why? They take the blood from foreign sample, other people's body. How do I make sure your body will not reject this? Is to do a high dosage chemotherapy. Okay? Do you think that if you are the businessman, you will tell your client, I'm going to do a chemotherapy on you before I inject back the stem cell? You won't. He will tell it's a preconditioning of your body so that you can receive the stem cell 100%. Let me tell you, this preconditioning is using chemotherapy because he needs to kill all the existing healthy cells that you have to avoid rejection. Scary or not? So this is the issue where people don't tell you about. People think preconditioning is very good and you need to do a follow-up screening. No. Ultimately, you are still killing yourself in order to receive a new cell. Does that make sense to you? That makes sense, right? Now, the third thing is a type of stem cell. Okay? So today in stem cell market, if you are interested in this business, sooner or later you are going to hear people who learn about stem cell, who know about stem cell. The next 5 minutes, I give you an overview. Okay, what is stem cell and what are the categorization of stem cell? Okay, number one, you have to know what is called pluripotent, multipotent, and adult cell. Okay, let's pronounce together with me. Okay, one, pluripotent, multipotent, adult cell. Okay, so pluripotent is basically a cell can differentiate to any kind of cell, every kind of cell. But multipotent can only differentiate to a limited amount of cell. Okay, it's just like when you do magicians, right? Magicians, some magicians he can only give you the rabbit. Some magicians he can give you a whole zoo, a whole car. So there are different level of magicians, right? So same thing. In stem cell, it's also a different level of stem cell. Some stem cells they can do wonders. Some stem cells can only do a little bit of things. Not stem cells are equal. Okay. So when you talk about the pluripotent stem cell, it's called the embryonic stem cell. Okay. And this embryonic stem cell is the best in terms of potency because it can change to any kind of cell. However, there is a moral issue. Imagine that the embryonic come from where? A fertilized human, right? When you want to extract the stem cell, you damage the embryo. It means you are killing a life, you know. This is a moral issue. Okay? So this is why in general, this is bad. No one wants to talk about this. Okay? Except for the research. This is why people go for adult stem cell. Okay? Adult stem cell doesn't mean that only adult have. Adult stem cell means that even in the infant they also have adult stem cell. We heard about the HSC stem cell. We heard about for the bone marrow. You heard about bone marrow transplant or not? You heard of people got leukemia? Right? All they do is consider HSC. Okay? They extract the blood producing cell from the bone marrow so that your body can continue to produce the red blood cell, white blood cell, and platelets. Okay? So this is HSC. It's under adult stem cell. Another stream is called MSC stem cell, mesenchymal stem cell. You can get from the adipose tissue, you get from the cord blood, you get from the bone marrow. Nowadays, when you hear people want to go outside for treatments for their cartilage, most likely is MSC stem cell. Okay? So you heard people, they tell you, I want to store the cord blood for my children. Hell no. Yeah, this is more of MSC stem cell. Okay? So the range of benefit of MSC stem cell is for the bone, for the cartilage, for the organs. This is why when you have friends who got cartilage wear and tear, the person want to recommend certain stem cell therapy, most likely is under MSC stem cell. Okay? So now what is the issue? Everything also have issue. The issue for this multipotent stem cell is this. There is a 30% risk. 30% risk that this stem cell will not follow your instruction and then turn into tumor. Okay? This is the issue. Okay? Now can take photo. Wow, I see you all very tired, you know. Everyone click, one click. Huh? You want to exercise? I keep on see the who keep on. Okay, can take. Okay, now. But what if there is a way? Need to take again, sorry. So what if not only we have embryonic stem cell, not only we have adult stem cell, we have another kind of stem cell that don't have moral issue and don't have 30% of risk. So you have to know, scientists always find their way to push through the barrier. So when the scientists know adult stem cell carry the risk, embryonic stem cell we cannot do because the government don't allow me to. So is there any other way I still can achieve the pluripotent standard of stem cell at the same time there is no risk? And this is called de-differentiation. That means in the body right now, yeah, you already have all this kind of cell already. But yeah, some, for example, the skin cell, you got too much skin cell, you are not using it. Why don't I go start ballet the skin cell back to stem cell again? This is called de-differentiation. Okay? You just have to, when it comes to stem cell mechanism, you just need to know these three words. Number one is differentiation. Number two is duplication. Number three is de-differentiation. Can you pronounce along with me?
De-differentiation.
Amazing. So this is called induced pluripotent stem cell. Okay? The process of de-differentiation, it gives you another kind of pluripotent stem cell. It's called induced pluripotent stem cell. Okay? You got the potency of the pluripotent, at the same time you don't have any risk. So let me give you an example. no moral issue because nothing was extracted from the body. Second, there is no risk of rejection because it's not from other people's body. It's from your own body, own skin to the stem cell, and the stem cell can do new things again. Okay? Good. This is called induced pluripotent stem cell. Pronounce along with me. Induced pluripotent stem cell. What is this? Again?
Induced pluripotent stem cell.
Amazing! Wow, I feel like going back to school. Okay? Now, so that means now we not only have the embryonic stem cell selection, not only we have adult stem cell in the market or in the stem cell industry, there's something called iPSC, induced pluripotent stem cell. Can follow? Okay? So now, don't worry, you'll take more photo later, got refreshment. Okay, so I give a quick overview. Why iPSC compared to MSC stem cell? Because we say that iPSC stem cell has a higher potency. This is why you can even differentiate into kidney, differentiate into cardiac muscle, you can differentiate into liver, differentiate into lungs, differentiate into pancreas. This is why I say, if today you are talking about reversing the aging of your organ, first, can that stem cell differentiate into organ cell? It can. iPSC. Okay? Okay? Now, someone clapping? Okay? Now, so why I say iPSC will be a higher frontier compared to MSC stem cell? Because when you talk about mesenchymal stem cell, they have a very limited range. So you take for the fibroblast, for the myocyte. Fibroblast is those tendon and ligaments. Chondrocyte for the cartilage, for the CNS, fibroblast, osteocyte. So, do you heard about a lot of cardiac heart muscle, a lot of lung, a lot of kidney? Don't have, right? So, in terms of potency, the pluripotent stem cell is still at a higher level of quality. Okay? For the beneficial of the regeneration. Okay? Now, let us go let me read some Harvard Health Publishing School. Stem cell progress, turning skin cells into heart cells. Why is that so? Embryonic stem cell research continue to be a political and legal hot potato. Okay? So this is why they have generated a working heart muscle cell, cardiomyocyte from human skin cell using iPSC. You get the idea? So iPSC is already is very popularized in today's already. Now, if you read through some of the clinical studies that I think this is in 2018, couple of years ago. This is also in 2021, couple of years ago. You will start to see this word. It means for the past 5 years to 10 years, you heard about stem cell, MSC stem cell, HSC stem cell. But for the next 5 to 10 years, you heard a lot about pluripotent stem cell. You heard a lot about induced pluripotent stem cell. Okay? Even nowadays, when people talk to you about stem cell, Jing-Long, you know anything about stem cell? Oh, you're talking about pluripotent, multipotent, totipotent, or induced pluripotent. Okay, so the people will get so impressed. I don't know. Okay? So, why pluripotent stem cell? Now, there are a lot of testimony that you have seen, right? Anyone you have seen your friends got cardiac problem, cannot breathe well, always on the panting. After X39, he gets much better. You have people that even they have a kidney problems. Okay, after using X39, they can start to go to toilet already. You have people that they got lung problems. Okay, the doctor said because of pneumonia they cannot breathe. The lung capacity reduced. After X39, the lung capacity can recover. Why is that so? So now let me share with you a few stories. So this gentleman has been hospitalized in coma. Okay, in Singapore.
我嘅葉數級嘅扣起嚟，可以掛燈嘅先。我等咗嘅massage嚟。卡對嘅。
So you see the patch, on the leg. Sit down. You can see the patch on the knee there. No drugs, no injection, no medication,
Very good.
only the patch.
Very good. Very good. 后面凹色小心。Very good. Very good. 吞。慢慢 yes. Good. Very good. Yes.
Surprising? Quite
对
fascinating.
啦，水啦。Very good.
Mr. Aya, right?
吞落去。
It's familiar Singaporean sound.
Good. 安記好。
Okay, so this is happening in Malaysia. So this gentleman came with a tongkat.
你小心啊！小心。
Okay, have to hold tongkat and hold the tiang. And later, you know, as a customer, how happy he is to feel that he no longer to need the tongkat, and then he asked the one to take a video to show me. You all can feel the excitement. Okay, after a few years, he's a big businessman, but have to use tongkat to go and meet clients. No, this much more different. Now, what is this?
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using LifeWave. Since 2004, LifeWave has been delivering its amazing life-enhancing technology to people across the world, always helping the body do what it was designed to do, only better. And as it turns out, the best was yet to come. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind LifeWave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single LifeWave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing LifeWave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells, a true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of LifeWave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system, everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one LifeWave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part? Like all LifeWave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about LifeWave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body. How you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of LifeWave today.
Introducing LifeWave X39. The reason I put this video so you don't need to take photo, you can rest a few minutes. So, let me summarize, okay? Today when we talk about stem cell, we go through so many, we understand about the moral issue. We talk about if you want to take other people's stem cell, it's a risk. If you want to use your own stem cell is already old, it's already defective. So we want something called induced pluripotent stem cell. We want something is healthy, we want something is functional. So how can we achieve this? So what LifeWave try to do is this. By using photobiomodulation, this technology, you're putting a patch at the back of the neck. Even putting on your shirt, you work the same way. It activates a compound called GHK copper. And this GHK copper can activate the stem cell in different ways. In today's context, I show you one thing. It can help you to increase the induced pluripotent stem cell. Because GHK copper is one of the peptides to renew 3000 over gene expression. Okay? Okay, now, for photo finish. Don't worry, it's coming to an end. Your later can rest. Okay? So, thank you, Singapore! Thank you so much. And actually haven't finished. I just feel that I had to say a thank you to all of you too for listening for so many things that. Are you all still awake or not? Yes. Still excited? Yes. Waiting for even more exciting things? Yes. Okay, let's go to the next one. So what is next? What is next? I always very love to really foresee something, what is coming. If you think about supplements, right, just now we talk about something, you talk about supplements, about vitamin, about minerals, about superfood, about organic food. Suddenly you say, you don't need so much of nutrition. You take bacteria. So why is that so? When you talk about supplements, superfoods, suddenly you talk about probiotics. This is all about the nutrition. But probiotic is bacteria. Why? Because when you spend so much time and concentrating in one perspective, sooner or later, there will be one limiting factor. Am I right? Give me an example. Okay? You're driving a Porsche. You give a very good tire, very good engine oil, everything good. But the driver don't have license. So the driver becomes limiting factors, right? You can have a very good driver, very good fuel, everything good. But you forgot to turn on the aircon spoiled. The person inside cannot tahan very long. Then the aircon becomes limiting factors, right? So this is how the healthcare system works. When you are over-focused on one thing, sooner you will have an entirely opposite to become limiting factors. Can follow me? Same thing like stem cell industry. For the next 5 to 10 years, you will hear a lot about stem cell. You heard about NAD+. Okay, so this is one example. If you're comparing the probiotic and the chia seeds, you see, probiotic has no nutrition. It's all the bacteria. But chia seed is all the minerals, it's all the nutrition. So much of difference. How about for stem cell industry? You will listen to a lot thing about NAD+, NADH, GHK copper, and GHK. And all these things is stem cell related. But will we meet a certain limiting factor when we talk about every one of us got so many stem cells already? We know stem cells so much already. Then it comes to the next limiting factor. Is that possible? No? Possible, right? So where is the next limiting factors? You want to know? Yes. Yeah. Let me confuse you more. Okay? So now, imagine today you have a very fantastic staff. This staff very hardworking one, very smart one. Then put to your office. Wow, you don't give her the chair lah. Ask her to stand to work lah. You don't give her water lah. Only got teh tarik for her lah. And then she don't want to eat cold drinks lah, but you only have cold water. Do you think this stuff is going to work efficiently? That means if the feng shui is not very good, the environment is not very good, no matter how hardworking the lady is, it cannot maximize the full potential, right? So same thing our own human bodies. You can have a lot of stem cells, but what if the feng shui surrounding the stem cell, the working environment surrounding the stem cell is not conducive? Will the stem cell continue to work or not? This will be the next issue. We spend so much time talking about stem cell right now, it's okay because it's all about degeneration. But one day you'll realize we have so many peptides to activate stem cell. Everyone knows how to activate stem cell, but how can we ensure the stem cell that being activated has a right working environment? This will be the next limiting factors. And this will be a new industry called biomechanics. You will see this not so soon, maybe 10 years later, but do you get the logic or not? Okay? Everything when we are all focused in one industry, it always becomes a limiting factor in another area. So do you think LifeWave already foresee this? Hey, how about so confidence? Very good, LifeWave know this. Okay? So since today is the last presentation that we have in Singapore, we are going to maybe I'm going to see you again next year. Hopefully next year I have more things to share with you. But let me run you through. If biomechanics is becoming a next limiting factor and LifeWave has a solution for that, let's look at the evolution of healthcare solutions. So this is the number 3 slide I show you. We have a supplement, we have the superfood, we have the probiotic, we have the stem cell, we have biomechanics. All these things is to solve an evolution of health problems. This is the evolution of health solution. You cannot have a lot of stem cell but you don't have good digestion because you cannot have nutrients to nourish the stem cell. You can have a lot of good probiotics, very good digestion, but you don't eat good minerals and vitamins, it's not going to use also. So there is no one-size-fits-all health solution. It's always a holistic when you understand the evolution of health problems. So what LifeWave is trying to do? X39 can activate stem cells. But in order to make it to work, LifeWave is designing the whole array of working environment to make sure the stem cell that being activated is at the most optimal working environment. So this is why we are coming with all kind of water machine, age reversal machine. We are coming with a beyond organic phototherapeutic agriculture system. Imagine that tomorrow when you wake up, there is a certain signal to tell you you need to take some pumpkins because you need some of the potassium inside. And then you go to your farm or balcony and then you harvest your own food. And the food that are produced by this balcony is so nutritious because we are using our technology to enhance the plant to absorb more nutrients from the soil. And then you take some water. And this water, because it's structured water, is able to grasp the mineral and trace mineral such a way that it can deliver to your bloodstream better. This is the basic. So how about the biomechanic way? What if LifeWave can have all kind of biomechanic device, or we call the biomimetic device, to such a way that it can always control your body energy system such a way your stem cell can always at the fully functional mode. This is what LifeWave tries to do. Okay? And this is what you are going to see in the next 3 to 5 years time. Are you excited?
Yes.
Very excited, right? So, do I still have? Don't have already. Very good. Now it's real. Thank you. Okay. So, are you learning something today?
Yes.
Okay. So, first of all, I have to thank you all of you for being part of this journey. For the past 6 months, is it fun for you?
Yes.
Okay. So for the past 6 months, it's very fun, and the growth in Singapore is really not only us. It's being recognized by the global LifeWave, and I can't wait to see you again. And tomorrow we are having a talk in Lavender office. I will pass the time to Ellie to share with you. Okay? Thank you so much. I will see you next time.
Okay, all right. So exactly like what he said, sharing a little about tomorrow, right? Tomorrow actually is more of a business training that he's doing. So you know we always never have enough of him.
Yeah.
Whenever he comes, there's something more that we learn, right, Akiko? Right? So thank you, teacher Jing Long, for today. So although he's so young, he's only 29 years old, we always call him Lao Da. Right? It's almost like he is, I don't know, a very wise man in a young body. Okay? And so tomorrow is a business training. I'm not saying that too much partly because he has 3 sessions. I think the first 2 are already full. Sixian, any more at 5 o'clock? Okay, so there are 2 more spaces available for 5 p.m. slot. So if any one of you is interested, the topic is how to earn your first $10,000 in LifeWave. So if you are interested, please see Sixian behind to register. Okay? So thank you so much for being such a supportive and wonderful audience. Give yourself a clap. Okay, great. So right right, now please proceed to light refreshments behind. Right, Janet is already all ready for you. So we'll take a 30-minute break. 30-minute break and we'll come back for more. Okay, see you later. Come here, yes. Did you have a good refreshment? Yes. Very good, right? Very good until I tell you, as I walk around, everybody asks me, hey, the curry puff from where? The curry puff from which company? So I went like, okay, so firstly, it is to introduce to you Janet, because she has always been the one to organize all this refreshments, and she really takes time to find something nice for you. Okay. Okay, so this very important moment, I'm having her announce from where. Later you don't ask me again.
Okay, I'm starting a new network marketing company, Samosa. Actually, a lot of you already asked me the last event and then today also. Firstly, it's from the House of Samosa. It's halal. I think it's, I don't know, I order online, but I know the person, somewhere along McPherson, don't know what lah, okay? It's House of Samosa. Actually, another thing that you all asked me, which I find very funny, what chips is this? Then I said, okay, this is Lay's. Lay's, what flavor? Okay, I think it's barbecue something lah. Then the other chip, what chip? Okay, Doritos lah, right? What else do you want to ask me? Okay, anyway, we're very glad. Oh wait, very important. The coffee also, I must say, I got no permission, no, that brand, very famous like this brand, right? Yeah, Essen or Essen, no, I don't know. But don't drink too much in one, only come here then you drink. Okay, the other thing is I can advertise proudly. This place, as you know, is Siglap Retreat Center. And then I want to thank them because they are so kind. I didn't order much food from them because I want samosa, right? Listen to my story first. Wait, listen to my samosa story. Wait. Okay, so I just want to tell you guys that the butter cake is done by the chef, the kitchen behind. You can always support them. And then the banana muffin, people don't believe me. I said the banana come from the garden there lah. Is it sure or not? It's really the garden. It's nice, right? The banana muffin. Okay. So anyway, next time if you come here, support the cafe here. It's a charity organization. Okay. Thank you, Alice.
Thank you very much. So, okay, wait, before we continue, so what is the brand of the samosa? House of Samosa, very good. What are the two brands of chips we have? Lay's and Doritos. Okay, very good. Lay's is which flavor? Barbecue. Okay, excellent. Well done. Okay, so this, you know why? I want to make sure you're awake after the break, right? Because that's why you're very tired. So right now we're going to have a very important segment. I'm going to pass it to Lauta again. Come.
Hello! Amazing, after so many events, I think this is the first event got range, right?
Yeah.
The first event, God also 舍不得我最后一个the last event. Okay, so when we do demo, right? So the first step, if you really want to share the product to your friends, a lot of people ask me, this is where to put, this is what to put. It's all starting with X39. So what if the person don't want to try, don't want to believe me first? Always start with the sentence. Okay. Do you have any pain now? Always start with this sentence. These few words is how all my sales come about. Okay, just now I was taking the canteen, the people got the hip pain, I listen got pain, uncle you have pain. You heard about these people? Never. I can help you within 10 seconds, you want to try? Okay, try. This is how I started. Okay, even go to Grab driver, when I go to SingPost, I even close one bronze from an insurance agent, you know. Same thing, you have any pain or not? This is the first step for you to change the world. A lot of people, they say I have to make the world a better place, and then I can say, okay, start with the basic things. Improve the life of the person around you, but starting within the pain. If you want to learn about demo, something you have to really consider is drinking enough water. Just now, as I go along, a lot of people ask me, the person used for 3 months already, you know. So, but this haven't seen changes, that haven't seen changes. And then as we talk a lot, I dissect a lot, and then she tell me, but I think she didn't use every day. If you tell me early, I don't need to talk so much. Yeah. So drink enough water, patch every day is the way to go. So I want to put a lot of significance to you because a lot of people think I wait for 5 days, got 5 day effect already. Forgot 1 day is okay, ma. It's not okay. It's just like you cooking the bak kut teh, right? You need to cook for 6 hours. You cook for 3 hours already, and then you immediately close it off. After 1-2 hours, you open it again. Do you think that you just need to cook another 3 hours to cook? No, right? You have to cook all the way from 0 to 6 hours again. So this is why it's like boiling water. It takes some time to see the exponential. Life wave is the same thing. This is why we don't say that you use X39, use life wave for 6 months, you get younger by 8.5 years. But if you use it only for 6 weeks, you get younger by 72 days only. So the more you use it, the more consistent you use it, the result is keep on piled up. So remember, if today you haven't tried the product before, give us at least 1 month time, take a photo of you before and after, and then use it every day and drink enough water. So now the patch, I leave it to you to go and purchase, but I can guarantee the water up. Okay? A lot of people now forgot to drink water, you know. And then I ask, why you don't want to drink water? My bed very small, how do I put water bottle inside? Have or not? Have or not? Many, right? So, I have a surprise gift for you. Okay? This is my last surprise gift for you for 2022. Can you close your eyes? Okay, close your eyes. Close your eyes, close your eyes. Okay, anyway, those open the eyes, you also want to give them. Those open the eyes, you want to give them. Close your eyes. Okay, close your eyes. Wow, we have Santa Claus every month. Okay, close your eyes. Okay, when you receive it, you can take it out. You can pay it off. Don't
close your eyes first.
One shot. Yeah, you close your eyes first. Close your eyes first. Okay, close your eyes first. Don't open first. Don't open first. Close your eyes first. Like, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. This idea is for me or Jenna? I've forgotten already. Jenna, this idea is for me or for you?
Wait, I want to take credit.
Yeah. Is it me?
I don't know. I think from Diane, is it?
Oh, Diane! Wow, thank you! Okay. Okay, also Jenna. Okay, so why drinking water is so important? For those of you who are the first time here listening about LifeWay has no drugs, right? Okay, if you're taking supplement, you need to drink water to swallow, right? So, what is the mechanism of LifeWay? LifeWay, the patches, you see there's a white color inside, it's a crystallized structure. It got activated by your body heat. When it gets activated, it will emit a certain frequency to communicate with the cell, to activate stem cell. But this communication among the cell, okay, it will trigger the electrical impulse, okay? And water is the best conductor of electricity. So when your body is in a state of dehydration, the signal cannot flow through efficiently. This is why drinking water is very important. Okay? So I hope you all love the I hope you all love the bottle. I hope next year when I come back again, I can see you are still holding the bottle. Okay? So I'll pass the time back to Alice.
Thank you for your generosity and your thoughtfulness. Okay, so for now, can I invite, now that we hear about this, right? We want to hear more testimony from the people who are using the products. Can I invite Jonas? Hey, hi, Jonas. So Jonas is going to share with us, right, his experience of using the products. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, just one question that I would like to ask, maybe by raise of hands. Who are parents here, by the way? Yeah? Almost all the parents, right? Okay, very important. Yeah. Now, before I get started, Now I think just looking around, most of you probably your children quite old already. You like me. Okay, except I've got a young one. Now, do you all remember when they were about 5-6 years old, when they get sick that time? Okay, when they have the flu. Okay, when they have all this acute respiratory infection, high fever. How long does it take when they cannot the flu that time and then they recover? Okay, roughly, let's say, anybody say 7 days? 7 days. Any shorter than 7 days? 5 days? Okay, got 3 days. What's that? Sorry. Got 3 days. Yeah, 3 days. Got 1 day. 1 day? No. Why? Okay. Okay, so let me just share. There's a few testimonials I'm going to share. So the first one actually is from my youngest daughter. Okay, let's see here. You can see her. Okay, this is my youngest daughter. She's 5 years old. So you can see here, very normal, right? Okay, yeah. And what is this data? So I deliberately actually took it, from my camera. Okay, so you can see here is 14th of July. So she looks healthy, right? She looks happy, active, and all this. Okay. Let me just show you this. Yeah. So you look at here, medical certificate. What is the date here? 13 July. Okay, it's a little bit small, so let me just blow it up a little bit. 13 July. Catherine is her name. You see here, fever, 38.5 degrees, acute respiratory infection. From a doctor. So this is original medical chip, okay? MC for 5 days. So this is 13 July. What was the date just now you saw?
14.
14. How many days?
1 day.
1 day. Right? Okay. 1 day, I would say 80% she was better. In fact, it was even less than 1 day. So what happened was that the night before, okay, started high fever, coughing very badly, very chesty type of cough, and then runny nose already. So we patched her. What was it? Energy enhancer, and we patched her with Aeon. All right. So we patched her the night before. She slept, still had fever and all this. So the next morning, we said, okay, better play safe. We brought her to see the doctors, the doctor. So at about 11 a.m., okay, we finished with the doctor, came home. And, she was still having a fever. She was lying down. And all of a sudden, she threw up. Yeah. But immediately, when she threw up, and this was before she took any kind of medication, all of a sudden, no more fever. Right? No more fever. And then the cough also reduced by 80%. Yeah? The flu also reduced by about 70-80%. I tell you, my wife and I, she's there, she flipped, she was like, hey, what's happening? Yeah, we couldn't believe it. So it's things like this. Thankfully, I kept all these things. Thankfully, I decided to take a photo. Now, actually, it was even more incredible because she threw up at about 11:30, so she slept after that for 1 hour. And then after that, we had to go out of the house. There was nobody to look after her. So at about 2 p.m., we actually went out already for about 4 hours with my daughter. So she had actually recovered even before. You saw the photo. So it is truly remarkable. Yeah. Okay, so that's a story of my daughter. I just wanted to show you also a few other stories here. So like this one, when I say today, you see this, today was actually yesterday. You see here, fresh testimonial from a new user from JB. She had cough and, she patched X39 and within 1 day, cough disappeared, her body digestion detox got better. And then, so Jackie is one of my brand partners and Vivian as well. So she also chimed in. And then this was, yesterday means Thursday. Today's Saturday, right? Okay. So that was Friday. And then this one is Thursday. So So another member shared, hey, guess what? Arthritis, and now it's actually better. Yeah? And then, Wednesday. So you look at it. Friday, Thursday, now Wednesday. So almost every day, I actually get this testimonials back. Right? If you have encountered any products that can give you this kind of results, please tell me. Okay, so this one. First time user, use X39, X49, only for, X39 was actually for only 2 weeks, and X49 only for 4 days. So what does she say here? Immediate increase in blood flow the moment I patched, stamina increase immediately, made me feel very stable. Okay, only 4 days. So she said she will report back to me after this. Okay, another interesting aspect, previously when I used digital, because she had a problem, every time she used her laptop, she would feel very tired. She said maybe it's the radiation. So when she patched the X49, she said, hey, guess what? Yeah, previously breathing slows down, she feels tired. Right now it quickens, she feels better. What else? Ate my breakfast late today. You know this, okay, so I think you can read it for yourself. Last one. All this, by the way, I'm just sharing with you testimonials for 1 week. Yeah, very beautiful, right? Complexion, how do you describe this? Flawless. Now, this is a very good friend of my wife and I. Okay, she's based in Hanoi. So what does she say? Good morning, Joe. I just finished Alameda set. Definitely need to use another set because it's so magical. Yeah, only after using for 2 months, she's saying, that right now she uses the word, and people use the word on her, perfect.
Wow.
Yeah. So if there's another word, after flawless, what Alavida can do is it makes it perfect. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to share this. Actually, it was only decided like 24 hours ago that I'll be sharing. So, yeah. And I just wanted to say, I've been involved with other products before, and there's one particular product where, there's supposed to be a stem cell product. But seriously speaking, that was like, I've used it. It has helped, and I'm grateful to the product. But I have never seen a product like LifeWave, where right now I've been involved with LifeWave for about 4 months already. And practically every week I get testimonials just from my users. And so whenever I'm sharing my stories with other people, I don't use other people's stories because I've got too many stories of my own to tell. Now, so if we translate this to how many people can we help? Yeah, there's so many people out there who can benefit from LifeWave, right? So it's like all of a sudden, from a wow, this is so exciting to, hey, this one should actually be almost like a calling. Yeah, we should just share and share widely, patch as many people as we can, because there's a very good chance, that person will benefit from it, right? So really, I'm very grateful to LifeWave, grateful to Vincent. He's not here, but he was the one who first shared with me, and then from the support of James and everybody else here. So thank you so much for this, for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you. That was really powerful. Really, from excitement to calling to gratitude. Very nice. Can I invite Kian right up now? Thank you, Kian. Always like to hear from Kian. Always got interest. He always have new testimonies of herself.
Wait.
I was also told, mine was this paper too. Yeah. Okay, I started product in April, end of March or April. So I have always been, like Jonas, I've been also involved in a few network marketing product. So I believe in supplements because I don't like to fall sick when I was young. I find it very irritating. So I'm very open to it. So when I was asked to attend this one, I was like, no, another one. So anyway, I went because a good friend here. They have to do this. Okay. So this is myself. Both of them. Okay. I am a very lazy person. I don't like to use skincare. I can buy them and use them for like a week and then I'll stop. And I also don't like to go to facial. So, and I don't believe that, this line can change. So when I started patching X39 in April, I didn't expect anything, but I only heard from Lauta, must take photo. You have to take photo lah, so take photo. So I take, and I never take so many selfies in my life. So about time sit down, take photo, so take photo. And this picture actually came in as an accident. The first one was taken like, okay, original lah. Then the second was like 3 weeks after that, I took. Then this one was after Alavida. So these are not planned for. So one day I was putting it into collage. Accidentally I pressed this division. Then I was like, wow, got difference eh? So this become my selling picture. I run some childcare center. I sent this to one of my principal. I had 2 sales. I went to my childcare center. Actually, I didn't know. So, COVID got cover, so cover. Then they saw me. Take out mask. I didn't know. Actually, I only took the face. I didn't know that this part have actually tightened. So they saw this, and because of this, they bought. So that day itself, I walked out of the place with 4 Alameda orders. I never asked them to buy. I want. Okay, I want. So that was me. Then what? Okay. Then today, since on my face and today, I met a not say old friend. I mean, I have not seen him for I think a year, 2 years, 1 year, 1 year. So just only at the canteen, he told me that he asked my another friend that he saw my picture on Facebook. Then he called my friend saying, he addressed me as Miss Kiam. When did Miss Kiam learn how to use filter? The other thing I must admit, I IT illiterate because I actually asked him like, can you teach me how to do social media? So he know how illiterate I am in IT. So he was so surprised I'm using filter. So no filter. Okay, no filter. So he saw me today and said, wow, hey, you look younger. Hey, thank you to everybody. Okay, next one was my knee, is it? Okay. Alright, okay, I have my knee replacement, total knee replacement in 2019. Okay, that was before I know LiveWave. So, no choice because I really cannot walk. I was really pulling up myself upstairs and walking, sitting down every 15 minutes. So I went for knee surgery. I didn't take this before because a lot of people ask me, how come I never take it before? What happened is, if you can see this is a very if you want to come and take a look, this scar looks like it has been there for like 10 years. Your scar do go lighter because I think, replacement of new cell. So you do get lighter, but this is only 2019, so it's like 3 years. So I didn't know until one day I looked down. How come my scar got a bit lighter, thinner, lighter? So when Janet wants me to talk to, share my knee pain after the surgery, actually, I had a very good doctor, so my surgery was pretty successful.
Tell her how much.
She always like me to see her.
How much?
Anybody want to guess? Anybody want to guess how much my surgery cost? A total knee replacement, 2 at a time, together.
Private?
Huh?
Private or government?
Private. 80,000.
Calling once?
Calling once. 80,000 calling once. 40,000 calling twice.
50,000.
Sorry?
50,000.
50,000. 40,000 was SGH private. I paid 70,000. Yeah, 70,000. So if I'm not lying, we have saved a lot. I could have tricked you today. Anyway, so it was successful, but it is still a surgery. So after surgery, I can walk pretty okay, but there was, you know there's a slight difference. But it was after X39 I realized 有一点不同. It was slightly better. The pain, I mean, there wasn't pain, but the movement was smoother. So even after surgery, it still helped me. So quite good. Then that's when I start looking down. Say, how come the scar kind of like went up? So if anybody have got scar, no issue. This one will help remove your scar. Okay, last one. This one. Okay, who remember in July what did Jing Long share about Alavida night cream?
Can eat.
Huh?
Can eat.
Can eat. That time not yet eat already. Not yet eat. Anybody remember? 景龙看你讲的，他们没有听到。Alavida night cream forgot 啦。Wiki 啊。Okay, he also shy to share. I can see, but he shared. Somebody told him that if you apply Alavida night cream on the bus, on your breast, the female, not the male, it actually does firm up. So that night after the talk, I went home. I also want one. I also
Very frank.
Yeah, actually I love it. Yeah. So I also want. Hey, don't forget. Actually, after that talk, I have a friend who bought a set of Alavida because she want to ferment. So I went home. I also want to apply, so I applied. Then 不 apply 还好咯， then apply 后就大家伙. What happened was, touch, I had a lump which I did not realize. It was probably the size of a ping pong ball. Then I also I went and sit down in the toilet. 好啊， so 我的第一句话，石景龙，查什么鬼啊？我查不知道， but it was a good thing lah. So I got it. So I was sitting down there thinking, how? Want to see doctor? I see doctor for what? See doctor means want to know whether cancerous or not, right? Yeah, okay. So if cancerous, then how? Chemo? Want to do or not? Don't want. Operation? Want or not? Don't want. Then see doctor for what? Don't see. So I decided not to because I'm still normal. If I go and if I get it assessed, and if I found it is cancerous, then I would, on one hand, say, okay lah, I catch lah, I this lah, I that lah, but I would still worry, I'm sure. So why would I want to increase that stress? Decide, forget it. So I text Jing Long. I didn't tell him it was me. I said, somebody use I say, so I text Jing Long. One client used 3 months already, but found a lump. And he quite sweet, so he replied, try detox law. I said, oh, okay, what's that? AABB. So he sent me the detox AABB. So, okay, gather my AABB and then start patching it. So after 1 month, I think, so every day, touch. Truly, after 1 month, it actually got smaller. Yeah, now it's been 3 months, so it's getting smaller and smaller. So I don't think about it. So the reason why I took so long to think to share was because have faith, don't need to think so much, don't go and see the doctor, don't worry yourself. So as long as you're happy, trust the product, use it, I'm sure it will go away.
Thank you. Wow, always very inspiring to hear from you. Just to add on right here, because I've got a friend who used also Aeon for breast firming, just to let you guys know. So she literally used Aeon, one on each side. So now Alavida cream plus Aeon. She said very, very, very good. Yeah. She said she could see results. So I asked her, how do you know results? She said, measure lah, something like that, So just to add on to your story. Okay, can I welcome back just Jonas and Kian? Thank you for your sharing. Jing Long has got something for you.
At least there's a burger sharing.
Someone take photo, please. Thank you.
Thank you. I never know.
And come, add Aeon now. Add Aeon now.
Another present.
Immediately there. Now it's Alavida plus Aeon. Hey Jonas, you may also use it. Okay, alright, so I just know of a mysterious sharer, right, by Jingong, right, saying, Mr. Chu, can I invite Mr. Chu up, please?
Whoa! You copy this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, this is Mr. Chu.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Right, my present here is not staged. Right, it was impromptu. I so happened accidentally met Jingong the first time, so I briefly shared with him the benefit that I gained through this X39. First, let me introduce myself. I'm Mr. Chu. You can call me TF, true friend. Alright, in a few months' time, I'll be 73.
Wow!
I retired quite recently, I would say 1.5 years ago. I'm an ardent golfer, right? I spend my time golfing and cycling. Now, prior to this product, I've been suffering back pain, right? Even in my golf game, I struggle. I'm beaten badly. I used to be a single handicapper. I beat people, but now I'm being beaten. And when I sleep, I'm always disturbed. When I turn, my back hurts. Affect my sleep. A friend recommended me this particular product, and I questioned, how can this patch work? Right? I heard about invasive stem cell, which I know is expensive. I've got a friend also been through that, and I know that it's costly. So he said, why don't you try? Because you've got a back pain. I said, okay, since it's non-invasive, let's go. And I tried. And I've been using this for close to 2 months. And amazingly, my pain has disappeared. I play much better golf. I'm starting to beat people. And I'm starting to collect money. Quite a wager, thanks to LiveWave. Now I also cycle, right? I cycle for 4 years, 4 hours to 6 hours I stay in Tiong Bahru. I cycle all the way to Changi, to Pasir Ris, Punggol, and back. And I got to stop every 30 to 45 minutes because of the strain on my back. Now I can cycle non-stop. My friend was also amazed. Now, beside that, 30 years ago, I'm also a soccer player. I torn my ligament, I went for ACL, right? And I couldn't squat, right? Each time I squat, I got to find the toilet, then I got to sit. I can't squat fully. And today, after almost 2 months, I'm able to squat fully unassisted.
Wow!
As I said, this is not staged. It's my personal experience I've gained through and must thank Alavida. I'm not paid. Maybe after this, I'll be paid. Now, my wife also suffered a stroke last November. Right? Her speech was slurred. Her movement was also retarded. Today, I'm glad her voice is much clearer and almost fully recovered.
Wow.
Right? And she goes exercise every morning. Is one of the leader in doing the morning exercise. Thanks again to X39. I only use X39. I'm not too sure whether other patches are as beneficial or as effective, but I hope so. And I hope I don't have to use other patches. Only X39 is the magic. Again, my explanation is not staged. I must confess, I'm not paid. Maybe I should demand something. I've got a son who who's allergic to seafood. Each time he eats seafood, he scratches his leg, his stomach, all black spot. After 2 months, most of the black spots have turned fade, except for the dark one. So the skin has also changed. Right? Thanks again. I hope in time to come, right, he will not be shy to show his body and to hide his what called dark spot. Now I was talking to Jing Long a while ago. I have a friend who has got dementia, and I've got a friend who is also autistic. Is there any magic? What can we do? Right? I understood from Jin Long, he says that use only X39. I hope I can convince my friend to try. Maybe the next meeting that we have, I can share. If I'm convinced that, or my friend is convinced that he is successful, perhaps I can invite him or I can share the testimony. Thank you so much.
Thank you, GF. Okay, stay here with us, right? So we are introducing you a new patch. So now you can X39
No, you're
plus
okay.
the
No, you're
Aeon.
okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for your sharing. So we have come to the last presenter for our event today. And this presenter is someone very close to my heart, right? Because he's the one who is responsible of me standing here today. Okay, so yeah, he's somebody that I kind of randomly met as a friend, and then he told me about how he's involved in this. And my experience of him, honestly, in the first few months is he's just very quiet. He's a man of few words. He doesn't speak very much, but he supports very powerfully from behind, right? So today marks the journey of him staying from behind to the front, walking to the front. So let's welcome Lawrence.
Good evening. I don't talk very often, right? Okay, it's good to be the last speaker. You know why? Because they took all my slot time with me. So I only left about 15 minutes. So I'll keep it short and sweet. Okay. Talking about MLM, I am already 64 years old. Okay, and you can say that I've been there and done that, everything. Okay, so just to give you an idea, I noticed that during this COVID period, that a lot of people lose their jobs. Am I correct to say that? A lot of high-level people went to drive Grab and all that. So it just ponders me to think that lucky I left my job in 1990 as a warehouse manager. It kind of like I kind of recollect like what Jin Long went through as a job. I think he quit that time at least 4K kind of job, which is quite high, right? For just a fresh grad. For me, at that time, I left my job when I was earning 3K. That is about 30 over years ago. That's a lot of money then as a warehouse shipping manager. So it just makes me think that why did I take that kind of risk? Because from that time onwards, I've never worked for anyone again. Okay, I just want to be an entrepreneur. Okay, so with that, I also want to bring you back to the current day here now. Why MLM is such a good business? I always tell Jin Long and all of my friends, if it's not MLM, don't look for me. Yeah. So that's why people note that I have gone in so many MLM. I tell you. So what happened is, my wife, she has worked so hard over the years. Her pay is about those 5-figure type. Okay, and every time she will get award, best employee, every now and then. But the minute this COVID and prior to COVID, companies are cutting down. They know what's going to happen. And she got retrenched. And she cannot take it. Okay, so some of you are going through this kind of phase here. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is that you can work so hard, you put so much effort in your company, you work so many years, 5 years, suddenly you are zero income. Right? So only MLM can give you back your pride. How are we going to do that? Okay, let me tell you a little bit more. So, when I left my job, right, I became an insurance agent. Yeah. So when I became an insurance agent, right, I thought that I could earn good money. That time I saw my insurance agent drive a Porsche to come and see me. I said, oh, I can earn so much money saving people. Yeah. So I really like the idea that if I can save people and yet earn some money, why not, right? Yeah. But although I had 3 good years in the industry, got some experience, I found that it's actually very difficult to convince people. Okay, so somehow, but my uncle got me into food and F&B, and I spent F&B for 11 years. Okay, so in the course of 11 years also, I noticed that to run a business, I want to be an entrepreneur, right? Run a business, I need to come up something like 100K for a little kiosk. Okay, so you come up 100K, but you don't know how much you're going to earn yet, right? And then you got to have staff and all that. Okay, fortunately, I did well. Okay, but when SARS came, my whole business collapsed. Okay, so after my business collapsed, I learned more things, and suddenly somebody came to me and came up with this MLM. Okay, my first company is 20 years ago, Usana, and when I was introduced to Usana, I cannot sleep. I find that, whoa, I used to come out 100K for a business, but now I only need to come out a few $1,000s when I can start a business. That's why from that day onwards, if no MLM, don't ask me to join. Okay. So, and from then to now, I think nobody can beat me. I have got into at least 50 MLM. Yeah, nobody can beat me. Of course, not all the 50 I joined, I did the business. Okay, because you know why? Along the way, when you join a lot of MLM, you lose a lot of friends. Yeah. When they see you, they say, "Wow, what is he gonna come up with next?" Right? So sometimes when people come to you for a business opportunity, I just entertain them. Okay, I buy their products, and if it's a good product, I use it, right? But how I manage all these years is because these people that I supported eventually became my downline also. Okay, so it's a trade-off here and there. Okay, and then my longest one is Enagic, which I'm still a member. You all should know it's an alkaline water machine. But then I start to do all kind of comparison, and my current one is in Lightweight, right? Okay. So how does all this go about? I feel that that I was actually how to say is that I was actually proposed to come into Lightweight 3 years ago when the X39 came into play. 3 top MLM leaders came to me, one from USA, one from Thailand, and one from Philippines. I didn't join. So it's like, bo yen, that kind of thing. But last year, September, 1 year ago, right, I joined Lightweight. Why? It's like what James said, I'm just an accidental distributor, brand partner. I came about because I had cancer of the prostate. Okay? And prior to joining Lightweight, I already lost all my so-called my bullets to see how I can get rid of my prostate cancer. So somehow, I did pray to God and said, if you want to take me away, take me away. If not, give me some faith, give me some hope, and all that. And somehow he introduced me to LifeWave through a friend of James and Janet from Hong Kong. Okay, so I say no harm lah, right? No harm for me to give it a shot. Stem cells. So when I tried these stem cells for 6 months, which is April this year, when I went back to see the doctor, he declared me cancer-free. Wow. I like that. So when I had this kind of feeling, right, then I tell myself, wow, it must, because I asked God, so it must be God. You know, 3 years ago, people asked me to join LifeWave, but I reject 3% right now. So it has to be, I asked God, and God gave me this LifeWave too. So because of that, right, I tell myself I must share with as many people as I can. So LifeWave has become my mission and my passion to share. Okay, so having already got James to share with you how good the company is, right? How about David Smith and all that. Then Jin Long can tell you about stem cells and all that. How good is stem cells? You already like this, everything is confirmed and nice, but now what do y'all want? Y'all want show me the money, right? How about because 90% of those people who join us, they're not going to do the business. Tell you the truth, only 10% can do the business. But this 90%, I actually like to take care of the 90%. Why? Because actually 90% of these people can actually reduce the cost of their product just by introducing one or two friends. Anything that is good, you would introduce to your friends, right? Like a nice char kway teow or nice nasi lemak, you would introduce, right? Without having any referral fee, right? But what if you can just refer something good to somebody and get your product reduced? So this is the 90% I'd like to concentrate on. Okay, so how I go about during this 1 year journey. When I check, how I start is I tell people my story. If you don't have a story, then you use my story, okay? Or you use other people's story if you don't have your own story. So what I tell people is that, having seen my story, right? 6 months I took before I declared cancer-free. I tell people that in order to maintain good health or to reverse your age, right? The brain takes 1 year to reverse all the cells to remake, right? Blood 4 months, skin 1 month. That's why Jin Long always tell us, when you get your product, straight away take a photo, right? Close-up photo, and because it takes 1 month, right? You can see the fine lines gone or your pigmentation gone and all that. So I tell people that this is not a 1 month affair, right? You need to be on the program for at least 6 months to a year. And to go further to that, right, I tell people about the current, this one you heard from Jin Long earlier, right? Now, if you were to be on our product for at least 6 months, tests have shown that our telomeres can reverse in age, 8.5 years. How do you like that? Right? So that is why, this is not a 1 month thing. No. Don't ask your friend to say, you try, 1 month money back guarantee. No. This is not how we tell people. How we tell people, okay, I just want to show you what...
I'll let you draw your own conclusions.
On the,
okay. So these examples show us that aging is not inevitable. There are things that we can do to alter the way that we age and hopefully reach our goal of staying young and healthy as long as we want, and if we're older, reverse the aging process and recapture our youth. So have we seen any evidence of this in anything that we've done? As a matter of fact, we have. So the first thing we'll talk about is telomere research, and we have worked with a very well-known medical doctor. We've done this work over a 3-year period of time. We use a test from a company called Repeat Diagnostics. which clinically is considered a gold standard for telomere testing. We've worked now with over 50 people in these tests over these years, and we found some pretty extraordinary things. Oh, let me go back. There we go. We found that consistently we could lengthen the telomeres, and if you're interested in doing this, you take a baseline and then you take another measurement at 6 months. We tried doing blood draws at 3 months and we didn't see any change, but when you had a minimum of 6 months, that's where you began to see the telomere lengthening. And then again, there were effects at 1 year out. So we did these studies with blood draws at baseline, 6 months, and 12 months. And we found that in as little as 6 months, we could get enough telomere lengthening to equivalent, that's equivalent of 8.5 years of age reversal. So this is a very significant impact.
Okay, so you've seen that, right? So the other thing I tell my new friends is that just in case, if you were to use our product and you have any adverse reaction to it, okay, if for some reason you take it and you break out all over the place and you do not wish to continue using the product, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee, no question asked. Okay, but I also warn them, if you have a breakup, something is very wrong with you. It is your body doing a self-repair. The patch, right? Nothing goes into our body, right? It is our body doing the self-repair. So all the more, instead of going for the money-back guarantee, you should carry on using the patch for at least 6 months to a year. Okay, then you will really see your age reverse or your health condition restored. Okay, so with that, I'll tell you what are our plans. Okay, basically we have 5 packages. You can come in at any package that your pocket is comfortable with. So for the businessmen, most of them will say, hey, I need a lot of product, I need to sell this product. They will go for the diamond. Okay, so that's the maximum of 1,006. For those people who just want to try it out first, they usually go for the bronze. Okay? But most Singaporeans would either go for the gold or the silver because they can afford it and they want to try more products at one time. Okay? But like if it's a gold, right, you get 5 patches of X39 and 1 classic. Classic is basically the Aeon and all, glutathione and all that. Okay. So that means that when you come in at gold, right, you will at least stay on the program for 5 months. So that is our intent. Okay, you know that this is not a short-term thing. This is at least 6 months and above. Okay, so you come in where you're comfortable. All right. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the plan. Yeah, very short time. Okay, so in MLM, there are basically 2 types of plan. Okay, one is the binary and unilevel. So you know, I tell you I have already 50 MLM, right? I gone through all of them already. Okay, but only LifeWave has a hybrid compensation plan. What do you mean by that? Basically, LifeWave has a binary plan and a unilevel plan. Let me explain to you how it's done. Okay, our comp plan in my 20 years, this is the easiest comp plan you can come into. Okay, because I've gone through all that. Okay, it's as easy as A, B, C. Okay, just remember A, B, C. Now A is actually I akin it to like affiliate marketing. Some people like to do online and get other people's product and sell and get commission. Right? Those are things that we call affiliate marketing. Okay, affiliate marketing, you don't really need to buy the products every month. You just, as long as you manage to sell the products, you get a commission. We have that also. Okay, for those people who just want to do affiliate marketing, we also have that.
So it's actually an immediate reward by the purchase made by a new team member, right? Binary, which is our B income, which is basically a 2-team bonus. Okay, it's a percentage of business volume that your entire team generates. Okay, so we have the binary plan. The C is the unilevel, which some people like. Unilevel are plans like New Skin, Hemingway. They are all unilevel, right? So we also have that. It's basically we actually call it a matching bonus. Okay, it's a percentage of the weekly revenue that is earned by your personal team members. So now you know the plan. I give you a more direct explanation to each and every one. Okay, so with this A commission, if you sell a bronze to your friend, you basically get 12% commission and you get $15. If you sell a silver, you get $50 commission. That works out to about 17%. If you sell a gold, $500 they pay, and you basically get 20%. So you get $100. Okay, for platinum and diamond, you either get 150 for platinum or 200 for diamond. But if you yourself has bought a diamond package yourself, if you were to sell your friend a platinum or a diamond, you will get either 300 for platinum and or diamond 500. Okay, but there are some conditions there. Okay, so having known this is the affiliate marketing I'm telling you about. Just as long as you sell any time, you will get all this commission. Okay, you don't even need to maintain every month buy one product. You don't even need to. As long as you come in with one of our package and you sell, your commission is set. Okay, the B is a binary team commission. Now B, basically you need to maintain a left team and a right team. So you need to bring in at least 2 friends of yours, right? So you put your friend on the team, on the left team, and you put another friend on the right team. Okay, so basically everything that they buy earlier, like say the bronze is 77 business volume. So let's say you sell a bronze here, so you roughly here, if you have about 9%, okay, you will roughly get 660 points. If you have about 5% with the bronze here, you will roughly get 330. Okay, that would give you a cycle bonus of US $50. Alright? So people always like to ask me, so where do I put my first friend? Okay, I always tell them, put the person where your sponsor puts you. He said he puts you on the left. The first person you should put is on the left also. Right? If possible, the second person also you put on the left, and the third person you should put on the left. Minimum 3. Right? After that, then you decide, you say, I think I can do this business. Then you put your 4th person on your right. Okay? But if after you put the 3rd person, you're still not sure you want to do the business, then please put the 4th person on your left still. Alright? Why? You ask why? Because if you're not going to do the business and you put this lonesome joker here, I tell you, he'll never become your friend again. Right? Because there's nobody coming down here. So this is what we call the power leg. Right? So your sponsor and your sponsor's sponsor, they will only put down on this leg. Right? So by putting your newfound friends on the left, it is actually helping them in terms of volume. Right? So you're actually helping them. So always, people always ask me, where to put? Always put on the leg where your sponsor puts you. Okay, so there is one tip for you. Okay, the last one is the matching bonus, which is the unilevel plan I'm telling about. Anyone that you referred personally will be your first level here, and you will receive 25% of whatever they earn in the primary commission. And the level 2, which is the level 1 of your direct, is your level 2, you will get 20%, and the level 3 will be basically the level 1 of your second level. okay, level 2 of your first level. So this is the structure that you get. Now this is a super duper, I've never seen this in any MLM complaint that I've been through. It's so wonderful that Jin Long's sponsor, I tell you, he made a ton on this. And he's not even doing the business. How can that happen, right? Let's say Jin Long earns $1 million a year from the binary commission. His sponsor is gonna get 250,000 US still in the pocket. Okay? Doing nothing. How does he do it? All he needs is to be a paid manager. Right? Paid manager, I'll tell you later how you get it. And you have to be active at 110. Okay, so 110. So this is the ABC, so simple. Just memorize this ABC. You can do the business with it. Right? Okay. So that's why I tell you to be a manager, right? All he needs to do is to have 2 active, personally sponsored silver on each leg. So to be a manager, you only need to have 2 left silver, 2 right silver. So simple. You can put your mother, your father. If you're going to earn 250,000, are you going to put your mother, your father, your son, and your daughter, right? So it's so easy, right? So that's why I said the C commission, the unit matching bonus, I tell you, is wonderful, really wonderful. So with just that, right? And of course, you need to be minimum goal. Okay. So actually, the other ranks that we're talking about are actually not that important. Why? Because if every one of you bringing your friends all go to manager, is automatically going all the way there. Right? So actually in LifeWave, the commission structure, I tell you, the rank structure, you just need to get your friends to be a manager. You made it. Every one of it's just like McDonald's has a system, right? If you have a system that every one of your friends come in, become a manager, you're set. Okay? Alright. Okay. Another thing LifeWave has is, we call it the InTouch app. So a lot of us will ask, hey, how to do the business, which video to send, what to do, is all in the InTouch app. You just need to download the app in Google Play Store or Apple Play Store, and then you can actually send out company videos to any of your prospect, right? And when your prospect receive, whatever they see, how many percent they see half the video, 50%, will also inform you that your prospect only see 50%. Okay, you can call them and say, hey, what do you like about the video? They're surprised, how come you know I watched the video? Right? So it's a very good customer relationship app. Okay? Okay. I think not much time. Should I skip this?
Can go ahead.
Okay. Just to brief to you my journey. I started in September 2021 last year. Okay. Naturally you go to your 3 closest friends, right? So I got three friends to join me. Okay. Then 2 months later, I was promoted to a manager. So I was telling you, alright, just try to go for a manager as fast as you can, right? And then I totally got about 15 people, and these 15 people also brought in people, right? So it became 59. So slowly you see the trick here. So in March, I became a director, jumped another rank. I brought in 23 people, and my group size went to 106. In May, I was a senior director. I had a total of 27 direct, and it jumps to 446. Okay, so it's supercharged here. You know why it's supercharged here? Because Jin Long came around here. A lot of credit goes to him. Okay, then comes June, right? June, I was promoted to my current rank now. So it took me about 9 months to reach this rank. Okay, so I brought in a total of 29 people and a group size of 6 to 6. Right? Today, I just checked yesterday. I'm still executive director, hoping to go to the next rank. Okay, but I already recruited 42 people. Okay, and these 42 brought in 1, 2, 3, 8. So my whole team size now is 1,238 people. Right? So how do I? Thank you. So how do I go about doing that? Actually, the magic is like that. Get your guys to become manager as fast as you can. 1. 2. Everyone must refer about 2 and above a month. Okay. So my guys all are roughly like that. If you divide my 42 to my 12 months, about 3 point something people. Right? So don't bring in any less than 2 a month. Right? Then if you take my guys, the 42, but this thing, they are also about 3%. 42 times 3 is around there. Okay, so it means everyone is duplicating as minimum 2 and above. You will get there. You get to earn the income I earn also. Okay. With that, I want to thank because I get everybody to do the same thing, right? They also advanced manager and rank. So I got this so-called award having the most people who rank up, right? In APAC, in Asia Pac region this year. Okay, so with that, I will end. Today is the last quarter of the year. So starting today, it's time that we finish strong. Okay, so join us in our Zoom. Okay, you see every day there's actually Zoom and VOP, right? You can see Monday we have Susanna, 6 p.m. She caters for the Australian team. And then Jinglong does the Chinese. Jinglong does Chinese every day, Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday. Jinglong does his Thursday and Friday in English. Okay, so you can see from here, James does his live VOP. Okay, live VOP in Chinese on Wednesday. Okay, I missed out here. Tuesday he does English at 2:30. Okay, I'll update it. So basically, I'm trying to tell you all is that there are a lot of opportunities to be introduced to your friends and all that. Okay. Yep. I think that's about it. Thank you so much for staying with me.
Thank you, Lawrence. Yeah. You say 5 minutes. We just count. Yeah. Never mind. Okay. All right. Okay. So before we end, so we are almost ending already, right? Before we end, really for gratitude, right? I mean, Jinglong would like to give a small little gift to the helpers who has helped us distribute today. So Diane, Sarah, Janet, right? Zen, and as well as Vivian, who has helped pack. So what I want to say is this, like events like that don't happen just like that. Right, there are a lot of people who help. Right, and Mike, you see, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. He comes so early, you know.
Yes. Yes. And look at him, you know, a man of his age, stack all the chairs you are sitting on. Yeah. So thank you so much. So thank you to all our angels who supported us in the event, not just once, many times.
Janet.
Come on, Janet.
Hey, go, let's go.
Thank you. Okay, and before I end this, I also want to share this part because Jinglong said a few times today, right? That okay, this is the last event, this is the last event, this is the last event. You know? So I guess there are some people who already ask a few of us very worried, last event again. Right? So I just want to clarify a few things. Last event, major event for this year, because this place that we are in already fully booked for the rest of the year, right? And second thing, we got to congratulate our Lao Da is getting married. And I heard that he's been, trying to arrange and everything, for his marriage, and he has been spending time to contribute to us here in Singapore, right? And like I said, for example, I know all of us, we paid $10 for this place when we come in to join, but the truth is, it's really not enough. And the rental of this place to the tea breaks, right, to the gifts that you get, it's not sponsored by LifeWave, but it's actually paid by him. Applause to really acknowledge this man for your generosity and your contribution to us all. Okay? So, like I said, today we have a lot of things done, right? And reaching Corella this afternoon. So you learn about the what of the company that's already presented by James, right? You hear about the why, you use the LifeWave as by Vanessa, and how she used it for. And right now you also learn from Lawrence on the how, if you choose to do the business. So I hope that whichever segment or what you come for, you get what you want. Alright? And if you did not in some way or another, please look for the person who introduced you here. Okay? So, any last words?
One more. Thank you, Alice from BMC.
Now we are in a singing competition.
Okay.
Thank you. So wishing everyone a good dinner, a good evening, and a good weekend.
Do you
See you.
if I take a photo from the stage?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just make a